Still trying to get things set up so the rest of the patrons can see us. Give me a second here.
Oh, are we?
But we are live.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm out of it. Hi.
Oh, it's all right. I'm out of it too. Oh, surprise! We're live.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. 5, 4, 3.
Okay. Is this the pattern?
This is the pattern.
Okay. I haven't looked at this yet. Oh yeah, there's not very many pieces.
No, there's not. The pieces are kind of cool because they're very. I mean, it's the way it ends up looking anyway, right? So
yeah.
he's got the right shape, but it's
very
pretty straightforward. Yeah. We do have audio, right? Yeah, we got audio going up. Good. Okay. I'm just trying to log into Patreon still and share the live stream URL with.
Okay. And do we have those measurements printed out, or are they just still on digital format? The measurements that you got.
They're still printed. They're still digital. I haven't got to them yet. I'll bring them up.
Okay, cool. I hope they enjoy watching us set up.
Yeah. Been trying to get to it. You know, it's probably better to just be off the air while you're finishing this, but last time everyone started screaming in Discord, "What's up? Is it not happening? What's happening?" No, it's happening. This is part of it happening.
Yeah. So exciting.
So exciting.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Where we sip on our coffee going, we're about to go live, we're about to go live. Oh wait, we are live.
Oh, come on. What are we doing? Just do a text. There we are. You know, I kind of wish I knew for sure what the URLs. I suppose maybe I don't because everyone else will figure it out too. How come? Just paste. Paste. Thank you. There.
Good.
Kind of wish I knew what the URL was beforehand because it'd be easier to share it instead of, oh, we're live. Now I can share the URL with everyone. There may be a way of doing that I'm not aware of, but not that I've seen. The URL's auto-generated when you start, right? Okay.
Okay, now we need measurements.
Now we need measurements. So you pop out chat.
I will write them down so that we don't have to keep them all up.
And I will, I had Joe measure himself at home and put them into a spreadsheet so we can actually get the pattern to fit him. So let me print those out really quick. And then maybe we'll actually start instead of be kind of clumsy. Am I getting one page here? Yeah, this is good. I'll just, where's the...
I'll trade sides with you and
Next.
I'll just copy it.
Print. Alrighty. So now we've got 2 chat windows going on.
Hi!
I heard you though. I really did hear you, even though I didn't get out of the way.
No worries. You're actually still doing stuff, interacting.
Interacting, trying to set up Mr. Computer. Hey guys! Double checking again. Yes, we still have audio. Hi! Welcome to the behind the scenes of trying to figure stuff out to make Odin Makes live stream.
Yeah, our brains aren't here yet.
Not even a little bit.
We'll be here in about an hour.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. What's printing?
What you want.
Oh yes. Oh, I don't have to.
That's what I was trying to do. Is get it printed. There. I have viewer mail today. I have mail sent to me from my mom. So this should be fun. So at 1 o'clock we'll open those up. Otherwise, hi everyone, how's it going? It's our second Sunday live stream. It's just Felicia and myself here today. Although we do have Bruno and Toby, they're sniffing around trying to find something to make wet. And we're just going to start working on SKS Props DragonballZ armor. It was something we talked about wanting to do, and it's been on my list for a long time, and then Steve comes along and puts out a real kick-ass video. So it's like, well, I could do it, but I'd rather just use Steve's because he did such a great job.
So craft along with us.
So yeah, you
print out Steve's pattern.
Print out Steve's pattern.
It's free.
It is. It's free.
Yeah.
It's totally free.
If you want to do it along with us, we're gonna do everything here live.
Right.
You printed out the pattern, not live, so you
printed out
cheated slightly.
Slightly. Well, I saved you guys half an hour of taping paper together. Do you feel cheated?
Well, we're going to cut paper.
Yeah, we'll be cutting paper.
And then we're going to be cutting the foam live, so that's tedious as it is.
Right, and we might even have to reprint depending on how much of a size difference there is. So Steve is
It's not looking so bad, actually.
Steve is right in between the size of you and me. Mm-hmm. But he's a pretty husky, pretty good stocky guy.
I'd say about a 44 jacket.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah. No, I know. I was thinking this is about an average size large from the look of him.
Okay.
And the look of it. And I know we're going to have to scale it down to about a child size large.
Yep. Just about exactly that. Extra small, child size large. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the measurement space to do this, but before we do this, because we're going to do this when the live stream actually officially starts.
Sure.
I wanted to pad out the dress form to go from my measurements to Joe's measurements.
Okay.
Just kind of show you guys that even if you have a girl dress form, it doesn't mean that you're stuck with the girl dress form because they're easier to find than male dress forms.
Male dress forms, right.
Yeah, and this one, it really does help to have something to build it on.
Although Darren's got a really good personalized one now.
Yeah, no, I know. That's where I get the, I always costume on myself. Like, I have to try it on. I have to, what is it going to be like? A method costumer, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like, I feel it.
Oh, yeah.
But dress forms are
a
great tool. So I figured we could pad out the dress form before we get started
cool.
as part of our setup.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. Let's say hi to everyone. By the way, everyone, Darren has already mentioned in Discord, which I'm sure everyone I'm talking to has already seen. He's currently on a vampire schedule. Will probably be missing today's stream.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Catch you later.
Hello, future Darren from past Odin and Felicia.
All right, let me go get the padding that I started
The
with.
padding. All right, so we have Ben and Lynch. Hello, sir. Artman 2019. Can't wait to see the finished piece. Best guess, 6 episodes. Actually, it might be as quick as 4 or 5. It might be as many as 7. If we were to just do this, we could probably get it done in 3, but that would be no interaction with you, which is honestly the most fun. So,
Yes.
Trash Panda. Panda's here. Excellent. Hello, Trash Panda. Jerry Rig Props. Woo! So Jerry was happy because I started working on the Mechagodzilla stuff. And I posted a picture to Discord.
Didn't you get the... Oh,
I made the belt buckle for Mechagodzilla, and one of his cat toys is right there.
all the way from...
Ireland.
Yes.
So this particular cat toy is very much a world traveler.
Which there you go.
That one, yeah. Oh, well, nope, not yet. There we go.
Oh, there
I got
we
to
go.
cut. So this particular cat toy is a world traveler, made in China, shipped to Ireland, where it was boxed up and shipped to California. So it made it 3/4 or more of the way around the planet the long way.
Well, very Mechagodzilla-y.
Very Mechagodzilla-y,
Let
yeah.
me just go from Ireland to California back.
Right.
Just go through the middle, right?
Go through the middle.
So...
And I love the fact that the 74 Mechagodzilla had a giant belt buckle. That seemed very 70s to me. It didn't really... Never occurred to me until I started cutting the foam.
Yeah.
Okay, what have you got?
What have I got? I've got quilter's batting, about 3 layers of it.
Okay.
Crappily sewn into some kind of oblong shape. You can buy dress form padding where they have them made out of like actual foam, the right shapes.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have the patience to order that from Amazon and get it here in time and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I ran
yeah,
out
that requires planning ahead a tiny
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, no, it's like,
I get it.
I'll just pad it out.
Okay.
And then, so I just took 3 layers and I serged it together. And serging 3 layers of this stuff through the serger is not an easy task, nor do I recommend it. I would just recommend just throwing it through the sewing machine and cutting the edges. Don't do that to yourself. Bad idea this morning.
But your sewing machine's here.
Serger, that's why.
Right, that's why you serged it, because your sewing machine's here.
Yeah, but
Which,
now-
by the way, thank you.
Now I have little fluffy clouds for, you know.
Yes, you do, with a cartoon outline.
But yeah. You can get the professional stuff, but this is just what I'm using.
Okay. Now, if you like, I've also got Darren's clips.
No,
No, you're happy with pins. Okay.
Well, see, this is the polyurethane dress form.
Oh,
Actually
right.
stab directly
You're not
into
putting
it.
together fabric.
No, I'm just going to pad this out to Joe's measurements. So I got foam well, fuzz. I didn't get the foam ones. I made it out of batting. And I got just a slip dress to slide over the top because I didn't want to make an actual slip cover.
Sure.
This is me being lazy. And
should I go out and get like a kid's blue shirt to put over this for next week so it's like the right color?
well, I was considering just having Joe give you a t-shirt or something and stuffing the t-shirt out, but I was like, well, I have something that works better. So.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we could do it in blue.
Yeah. Not right now. William Connors, hello! Artman 2019 is enjoying everything so far, crying while laughing. Yes, because setup is the best part of any live stream. Jerry says, another awesome t-shirt, Odin. Thank you! Yes! Happy with his shirt, very much so. And maybe the game is guess the movie from the t-shirt. Ben and Lynch says, I feel cheated. I want to see paper taping. Really? How about dogs barking? Is that an acceptable trade-off? Instead of paper taping, we got dogs barking. And they're not in any place that got
Toby,
cameras.
All done. Thank you. Toby, come here.
Yay, cat toys. Alrighty.
Thank you, baby. Okay.
Hey. Pushed right up against me. Alright.
Yep, he wants to make sure you're safe.
Okay, I appreciate it.
He's here.
He's here. He's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do the thing?
Yeah.
Can we see? I don't think we can see Toby. No. Yeah, that's his head. There he is, right down there. Just a tiny little bit of Toby. Alrighty, so you're just taking the padding and...
I pinned it to the dress form itself, but I am more or less stuffing this so that it is jump shape.
Okay.
Like, I'm just padding out the dress form to be his measurements.
Right.
And so I can also add a piece right here, like on
Okay.
this, to make the measurements work. But I figured I'd get the first piece in, measure it, see where we're at, and then go from there.
Okay.
So I will not air his private measurements live.
That's
without his permission.
That's probably appreciated.
But
We've already given a pretty good guesstimation.
about this size-ish.
Yeah, well, we talked about t-shirt sizes.
Yep.
All
Okay,
right.
I can add some more on either side.
So one of the neat things with SKS Props pattern is he actually built it quite modular. It's got a lot of places where the parts can slip over each other in order to fit a variety of body sizes. And his pattern is really set up to be generous with how the parts go together. And he glued everything together except for the left side, and that had a Velcro closure, so you could actually get it kind of tight around yourself. So I picked up what he had. He says, I use 4-inch Velcro. It's like, all right, I'll go buy.
Then I will use the 4. Like it works. Done.
It works. Done.
So, it's been forever since I purchased patterns from Joann's or pre-done patterns. But there is something about having somebody already thought of the work.
Yeah.
You've already done it. You know that this is the next step.
Right.
Whew. Okay.
I get it. Thank you, guard. I really appreciate the Mandalorian helmet pattern. I get it.
So, yeah. I think I almost have it. Can I have it?
Even Ben and Lynch, even the dogs are unhappy. What, are you guys unhappy? Good evening, Detlef P. There might be some Team 4-Star references in this live stream, and I'm going to be one of the people who do it. Okay, Artman. That'll go right over my head. William Connors, Krillin-owned counter? Sure. References I'm not getting. No.
DragonballZ, Krillin's.
Oh, is that what it is? All right. I'll be honest. How many episodes of Dragon Ball Z have I seen? Mostly one.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'm really sorry, everyone, but yeah, really.
Okay, so I'm the Dragon Ball fan here.
And Joe. Both, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not, I've got nothing against the show, I just never sat down and watched it.
Okay. Let me...
That probably cost me a whole metric ton of internet points. But of course that would explain why I called it, Saiyan armor. Jerry Rig Props is saying, is Nicole missing another live stream? I've noticed Nicole's been silent on Discord, so probably? Not sure. She might be watching but unable to participate in the chat. That would not make sense because that wouldn't work out. So I don't know.
Nicole's presence is missed.
Nicole's presence is missed. So this is fun. This is going to be the technically what, 4th Dragon Ball Z build that I've done, or first that we've done, but the 4th that I've done, because I did the Saiyan Scouter. We did the Super Saiyan hair. And then went over to Sherby's, and he actually built Dragonballs, which was pretty cool. And those are up there still. So.
Yeah, I think I need to cut another piece of this, but it's just so massive.
Oh, okay.
So.
Now, one of the things I thought we might change from Steve's pattern, he says base everything with 10 millimeter thick foam, and then all the details are 6 millimeter thick foam. That ends up being 3/4 of an inch thick around you. I thought we'd scale that back to 6 millimeter for a base and 4 millimeter for the details, because we're scaling it down. So I think I want to scale the thickness down.
Interesting. Because I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, we can keep it 10 mil, but you're going to have a 10 mil base, and then these armor pieces end up being 6 mil, and then there's places where you have another 10 millimeter on top of it. Now you're an inch thick, and then you're going to add the half rounds that'll go up to 20 millimeters on top of that. Now you're up to 45 millimeters thick. Which is
I
like
100% get it.
It's
But
like an inch and 3/4. It's like
my brain wasn't
huge.
even thinking of that yet.
Okay.
I'm like, geez, I wasn't even there yet. Like, I'm still thinking
sorry.
of.
That was like first thing came to mind when I ran over to buy more foam. I was like, okay, well I'm going to scale this back.
Sounds like experience right there. So.
And it's nothing. I think it's what Steve did, because he's got a great pattern. It's just
Most stress forms would probably have the right shoulder to shoulder. I just have a way narrow shoulder to shoulder.
Right, but
So
there's no real shoulder. It's just like
Gonna be
extra wide
hanging
bra
on
straps.
So that's the only place that I would add padding, would be kind of a shoulder piece.
Okay.
But I don't think if we need it, because it's just going to be straps.
Yeah,
And they're going to hit right here.
Right, and we can let the straps be. We can make the straps be the length they need to be, and even if it doesn't hang on the.
No, it will hang
form.
right.
Okay.
It's just he has just a little bit extra on either side, but the straps don't sit on the tip of your shoulder.
No, they don't. Right.
They sit here.
Correct.
So they'll be on the dress form.
Sweet.
So we don't have to pad that out. Because I was
Okay.
like, geez, we'll have to actually make a. But I don't, so we won't.
But we're definitely padding the video. Sorry, video
But
jokes.
Yes.
All right, what do we got? We got.
So we don't need this fluff and stuff.
Oh, hey, reading Discord, I'm not going to call out any names. Apparently, I'm not the only one. So, being asked what would be the good question is, how would you start off watching Dragon Ball Z? I mean, which series would you start with from the very beginning? Which is a great question.
Necessarily. I liked watching Dragon Ball when he started off as a little kid.
Right.
And then I watched the one where they were all grown up. And they were eating ramen all the time, and I remember just liking
the ramen. We've got
eating ramen on a rainy day watching Dragon Ball.
If we need ramen, we've got ramen in the building.
Right? But
yeah, Will Connors is saying the Frieza saga is a really good introduction.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know all of them. I didn't watch all of them,
all
but
good.
I definitely did enjoy the ones that I did watch. I got into it.
Cool.
Bulma's awesome.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
I totally get it. It was fun listening to Sherby talk about. He just lucked into catching the very first episode, when it very first started on whichever channel he was watching.
So he just got in.
He just got right in, like the minute it started by chance. It's got his bowl of cereal. He's doing this. Oh, what's this? There's dragons. People are kicking each other. This is cool. Detlef P has the Zemo dance under the monitor. So which game now? Was it Fortnite? No, which game just put out an hour-long Zemo dance video like today? So there's another hour-long Zemo dance video.
So you can have hours and hours of fun.
Hours and hours of fun.
Sorry, there's a Toby there. I was just
Okay.
kind of lumpy, but it's on the bottom half where we don't need it. Where we're padded out, we're at the right shape.
Joe has much sexier hips than I remember.
Kind of Peggy.
A little Peggy, yeah.
Yeah.
Peggy as in peg leg, not Peggy as in Peggy Sue.
Yes, but now they cannot even see the shape because it is black on a dark background. Oh, there you go. I love it.
It's a little dark.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah, but we have it at the right kind of size and shape.
Cool.
So the biggest thing, because this we can just in.
Right.
This we can
In.
in.
So this
This is the biggest piece that
this
needs
piece,
to be
and then
shaped.
there's the chest piece,
Yeah, these are the two pieces that.
which is you got the chest, the back, and then this is that piece. All of which aren't really that big of a deal. What's if you have magical pattern making knowledge? You know what's the ratio between? I don't know.
Ratio between what?
If this was large and we wanted to go down 3 sizes, we'd bring it in 3/4 of an inch. I mean, I don't know, not that much. That'd make it really small.
Yeah, it's not unevenly done.
Right.
You bring it, so to make it smaller, so you got to figure out where his apex is, and then we have to bring it down and into that. So we don't necessarily want to change the whole shape, but we need to change it in certain areas.
Okay.
Anyways, it could get really, really, really complicated, but it doesn't need to be.
Really, really quick.
Yes. Did you know that to find your armhole depth is the bust divided by 6 plus 1?
Armhole depth is the bust divided by 6 plus 1.
Yes.
Okay, no, I did not.
And that is only for like woven fabrics. If you have a stretch fabric, you kind of have some flexibility in there because you don't need to add that plus 1. It's like right in your armpit, so it's going to be a super fitted sleeve that way.
Okay.
Yeah, but who needs to go that deep into detail?
Right.
So it could honestly.
Oh, Marvel Strike Force. That's right. That was the not Fortnite. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Marvel Strike
worries.
Force did a 1-hour Zemo dance video. So thank you, Ben and Lynch, for paying attention to that.
So,
Those Irish guys, they know a lot.
can we get a printed out picture of this finished, or just something
Yeah.
like a reference photo?
Other than that?
Other than this, the cartoon one, because
No, well, whichever. I can, do you want to see Steve's video? Do you want to? What I'm thinking would be fun is if we figure this out and get a working
scaled pattern.
scaled pattern. I should make that into a pattern and give it back to Steve. So he's got his generic adult pattern. He can have his generic smaller size.
See, I have this thing at home, this patterning kit from the 70s. It's
Right.
like something that's been repackaged, where they have, where you put your pattern piece and then it has all these dots depending on what size it is, so you
Yes.
can grade up patterns.
I've seen that.
And I have it with instructions on how to use it, but
It's safe at home.
it's safe at home, yeah.
I get it.
And also, I actually never use it because I just end up starting from scratch anyways.
Right.
Going, Yeah.
Let's make sure this is not making noise. I mean, is that...
Well, I was thinking the cartoon guy himself.
Okay, cartoon guy
just
himself.
so, because we were going to be copying his. We're doing the middle between the two that he did. You know how he did it as if it was in real life with the gold and the white, but
Right.
then he did the broken cartoon version.
Right.
We're going to do the cartoon not broken.
Cartoon not broken version.
Cartoon
right.
not broken
Which
version.
I'm totally cool with.
So, just something.
Sure.
Reference photos help me get my mind where it needs to be. And it's that one.
Is that the one you like?
That's the one.
Thank you. Pinterest. Can I just say, Pinterest is the herpes of the internet.
It's like glitter. It's
It's like glitter. Oh, I hate it. Can I just have an image and not have it like retied to some other site that has no information? And if I dare to scroll a minute, it's like, you need to log in. Well, you need to burn in hell.
Wow. Somebody's run into this before.
Oh man, you try and do any kind of like research or trying to find something on the internet, and all you get is dumped back onto a Pinterest site. It's like, oh god. There's actually this lovely Chrome extension called Unpinterested. Yeah, it's good.
would just be kind of scaling it down with the size of the foam, and then also instead of, it could be as simple as just trimming off the seam allowances.
Artman says, I know Steve's video so much I've watched it. I know Steve's video by heart. I've watched it so much. That's what Artman's telling me, which is really funny.
Yeah, no, he did a very thorough, good job.
He did. I watched them both and enjoyed it. His presentation was good. I love the Grogu floating pram that he made as well. That was really well done.
There we go.
Which,
yeah. Okay. When you see the cartoon and how they would, yeah.
So which one's this one?
They're all exactly the same.
Oh, they're all the same. They're all the same character.
No, they're not all the same character, but that's all exactly the same vest.
Right. What I meant was which character is this? I'm sorry. What's his name? That's all.
Oh. Okay.
That's okay.
Yes. No, don't quiz me on my Dragon Ball
No,
knowledge.
won't be
I
quizzing
just
on Dragon
enjoy
Ball
the
knowledge.
show as a not a crazy fanatic fan. I would put my, I just purely enjoy it when it's on. I don't care what
Okay.
episode gets turned on. I can just sit and eat my ramen and watch it and
Right.
enjoy it.
There you go.
And I figured, oh, okay, is he young again? Is he old again? Is he dead? Is he alive
Is he
currently?
alive?
Well,
Details.
yeah, details.
Whatever.
Goku's gonna win.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. No, I think if we scale down the foam size, and then we scale down it within our seam allowances, this should be simple.
Wow, it's only 11:30.
No, I know. You think... Should only go to about the side seam, so that's about it.
I know a lot of his. I'm happy to print, the set of these, and we can get a smaller size. Like I can just tell it, all right, print me one at 90% size if you want. And
I need a calculator is what I need.
You have one?
Calculator. You have one on your phone.
I have one on my phone.
I already hid my ruler,
Oh.
my pencil from me because I put it away.
Oh, come on. I was going to say you have one on your phone, but her phone is safe at home. So
Yes, it's just one of those days today.
it absolutely is. It's always weird to not have your phone when you get so used to having it. Well, my brain is not working. All I got to do is find a calculator button, and I couldn't find a calculator button.
Good thing we're live, right?
Good thing we're live, yeah. We're pseudo-live. For those of you who are watching in the future, thank you. Hi, how's it going? For those of you that are putting up with us live, hi, thank you.
Yeah, people just happen to carry around bread and bodice patterns.
Ben B. Lynch says, Felicia, spoiler is what Goku wins.
If you haven't seen it by now,
There is that.
you should go watch it. Get a bowl of ramen.
Okay, so you guys know this for sure. I've only heard about it. They took, what, a whole season for a fight scene? Was that what it was? Or is that a slight exaggeration? I do know that there's like a lot of build-up and everything else where no real time goes by.
So a funny thing is I happen to have a pattern that's about my size
Oh, nice.
that we could use for reference. Anyways.
Yes, more duct tape coffee tea. Actually, today it's duct tape hot cocoa. Oh, and I talked to Felicia. Absolutely, when we're done with the DragonballZ build, we will totally do another tea party.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a thing.
So we're probably going to lose a couple of these lines. They may need to be scaled down.
No, that's fine.
So these lines,
Yeah, well.
because we're already going to be cutting it to about here.
He's
and
got
then-
4. Well, they've all got 4, so we can.
So yeah, no, that's
We can just scale
1,
them.
2. No, then I think we're only going to need 4 of them because we're not going to need
Of course,
these bottom
I'm
2.
looking at the front, not the back.
Oh yeah, is this the back piece?
This is the back piece.
Oh, wait.
This isn't the stomach.
Okay, that would make a difference. This is the stomach. That's a difference.
Yeah.
I was holding it up as if it was the thing, but still,
Okay,
it
yeah.
still would be here.
This is the stomach. Interesting. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus apex piece. Well, of course, he's also got this lovely
curve into it.
home plate shape that
Those ones are pretty straight.
This particular artwork doesn't have.
Do you want to grab up an artwork that matches his a little bit better? But I really like that one because it
This
has...
is fine. The best part about animation is inconsistency.
So I want to add a line to this so we have his waist measurement because this stops at their waistline.
Here's an Irish pencil.
No, I need a string.
Oh, you want a string?
Or a piece of elastic or something that I can mark his waistline.
Oh, okay.
Because this stops at the waistline and then how far down it goes makes a difference on...
Having all my sewing stuff crammed down here is just... Well, doesn't work as well as, you know, I thought it would.
Well, you weren't using it so much.
This is true.
Shoulder to waist 15. So his waist measurement's right here. Oh, there you go. And it's black so they won't be able to see it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't use it. There should be some white down there.
Okay.
Maybe it's in my sewing kit.
Alright, I'll pull that up.
Is that another container full of pens?
No, it was a piece of string, but here we go.
That'd be why I couldn't find it. I put it away.
You okay?
Come here. There it is. So is that actually, no, you'll adjust it.
Yeah. So
It is all good. Let's see what's,
it
is it?
should be from shoulder to waist at side. Should be 13, so it should be right about.
Wait, where am I? Oh, so we're here. Jerry Props says, Ben and Lynch, I have a head full of useless knowledge. I think we all do.
If you just used it, it's not useless.
It's true. So
sorry,
well,
Toby.
I'm kind of using my head full of useless knowledge, right? I'm like making, whatever.
Trying, right? Okay.
Now, something I'm going to have to find somewhere in this Raiders of the Lost Ark warehouse space. I've got the toy scouter.
Yes.
Right, because the one I made I don't have anymore. That one was gifted to someone a long time ago, but I've got the toy one still, so we're going to need that, I think.
I think that is going to have to make its way out. Okay, so that's where the waistline is. We have it about the right size. So then we need this. Yeah, that's definitely going to lose at least one.
P. Lynch, I love that. What is ramen? If it's not made of steak and potatoes, I've never had it. Irish, right? So someone answers, it's basically broth and noodles.
Actually, you can have ramen so many different ways that...
This is true. Well, the DragonballZ one is basically...
I'd like to see the Irish way, honestly. Because one of my favorite ways is with hot sauce and lime and salt.
Well, the good news is you boil it, so you're already like 90% of the way
Halfway
to
there.
Irish cuisine. Yeah.
You can have the beef ramen, you can have the chicken ramen,
Right.
It's noodles, it's water. I hope you guys have water.
No.
No, they just have
Whiskey.
whiskey.
Yeah, ramen with whiskey actually sounds good.
Whiskey ramen.
Whiskey ramen.
Whiskey ramen. Okay, so there's only going to be about 4 of these lines going to fit.
Perfect.
So
Because that's all I see in the
in the
one
picture.
art. Yeah,
So
that's
we're probably going to chop off our point or chop off the bottom, but we're going to only get about
all
4
good.
of these lines.
And we can shorten the lines up too if we wanted to, whatever.
Actually, I like the scale of these lines,
I'm all for it.
but we only need 4.
I'm still all for it. I am for this plan. This is a good plan. I'm happy with this plan.
Okay. So, and then this is part B. my pencils over here? I'm gonna put like
Whichever
center
pencil you want.
front,
Of course.
center front, side front,
Oh, I hit out more than once.
side
There we go.
front. So then where is this piece? This is piece B, part B, and so then, so this is supposed to.
Oh, I need to do that.
So does this attach to this side, or does this attach to?
This is the side. So this attaches to the
Is
side
this
of
this
this.
back, or is this the front?
This is the front. This is the back. Additional material if necessary. This is where the
Side front, so side back.
side
I'm just
back.
trying
Right,
to
no, that's totally cool.
write these places so I know where I
Yeah.
am oriented.
And so BA. So this is the seam between B and A in the picture
Yeah.
here.
Okay, so
And these actually overlap. It's kind of cool. You glue the points together, but then A overlaps over B, so you get this.
curve.
Yeah, you get the superhero chest.
Nice. So I'm just going through trying to figure out where I am on this pattern. Let me get a.
It'd be awfully nice if I could see the picture-in-picture without actually having to have it up live. Details.
Technology.
Technology.
We're live.
We're undead.
Okay, so then this is the back and this.
What the heck? Oh, okay. There we are.
So then right here's our center front, right? And the chest.
Yes, because we got that's the shoulder snotch. So,
then-
shoulder snotch. That's a thing, right?
That's a technical term.
Yeah.
If you ever did hear one. And then this is our back.
Correct. This is the back plate.
So side back. I'll fold it in half once it's cut
So
out.
this curve more or less lines up to these dots.
Yeah. But we're probably gonna lose a few of these.
Yeah. Great.
We're gonna be shrinking this way as well as
Great.
this way. But side back.
I probably
side
should
back, and then I'm gonna.
do here. Let's go here. Let me go open up. What we got? We got 40 minutes. Let's go to YouTube again, and let's do a community post. So we're gonna go here, and we can go create post.
Okay. Those are center back.
You help me?
What do you need?
Actually, I tried to complete the computer. Because I spelled out minuet instead of minutes.
Oh, lovely. We being fancy today.
I guess.
That's okay. I heard somebody call a microwave a microwave, and I haven't been able to call it the same thing since.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think. So briefly, I was working in a Mexican restaurant, and we're, all the different roles within the restaurant. I was amazed at the number of people in California who couldn't pronounce anything. Quesadilla, I get. It's spelled quesadilla, right? I get that. But when you're asking for a taco, and then you can get really lewd when the people would say, yeah, so how are your chicken fajitas? It's like, well, those are okay, but I could, some other ones I could recommend staying away from. That's a fajita, by the way. But no, taco was the one that was like, you've never heard of Taco Bell?
I had a friend when I was 4 that couldn't pronounce Felicia, so he called me Fajita.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be fairly straightforward to scale. I'm not worried about it, but now I know where all my pieces are. References. I'm not missing anybody, am I? Nope. Pretty straightforward.
Post. There. Real super simple. All right, now we need to go back to... Does Felicia own a pair of Potara earrings?
These ones that I'm wearing are kangaroos.
Are kangaroos?
I think. They look like skinned rats to me, but I was told they're kangaroos.
Those look like they're supposed to be kangaroos. Yeah, let me...
I like them.
Yeah, well, for sure. Oh, I didn't quite hit the button right.
Which button do you gotta hit?
Oh, I see. First wake the screen up, then we can actually hit the...
Oh, there you go.
Hit the focus assist, which gives us the ability to sort of zoom. So, I gotta find where it is, and hopefully I can find the... I'm gonna spill my duct tape hot chocolate.
There you go. They're
So-
supposed to be kangaroos. Kind of look like skinned rats to me, but I like them.
This is really... Problem is I can't push it closer to the camera because I'll fall out of the focal plane.
Oh, the white. Nope, that doesn't help. But yeah.
Your skin wrap.
My skinned rats.
Looks like iced tea and makeup from St. Winston. Okay, maybe not. Or is that Ice Cube? Which one was that? That was Ice Cube, right? That's who that was. The actor's Ice Cube.
So what's everybody up to? What are you guys working on?
Good morning. What's everyone up to? What's everyone working on? I'll just imitate what she says.
I had 4 brothers. I can get real quiet real quick.
I'm sure you can. I wasn't trying to be mean. Of course, I think you know that.
No, I know.
All right, well, what we've got here, Jerry Props says the Irish fusion burrito is steak, cabbage, spuds, roast veg, and gravy.
Okay.
That actually sounds pretty good. Jonathan Wiesner says, no exaggeration, the Frieza saga was pretty much a giant fight scene at the end.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's 2 for watching the Frieza saga right off the bat. So they're totally just talking about the Irish burrito.
The Irish burrito. Well,
It's amazing.
speaking of mispronouncing taco, there's that Korean
misspelled.
barbecue taco place.
Is there?
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes from
what,
here.
Blue House?
No,
No?
it's called taco, and you can get bulgogi
Okay.
in a taco,
Okay.
or in a burrito, and it's amazing and it's delicious and
Yeah.
fusion food rocks.
Okay, I'm all for this.
But yes, no, you haven't had taco?
No! I don't even know where it is. I go to Blue House all the time and get their bulgogi dinner box, but...
So from here to my house, it is like an exit or 2 between.
Okay.
Like it's right.
It is right there. It's the other side of the river. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, okay.
It's right in downtown, like
Okay,
right off the
cool.
side of the freeway.
All right. No,
But anyways.
no, I never have. That sounds great.
Yeah, no, they have really good. I always get the bulgogi, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't tried the other stuff. But that's what's
I-
always good when I got it.
I get it. So yeah, they're otherwise they're just talking about food, and Jerry Rig loves Mexican because spice. Agreed. I like hot food. I like going in the Thai places and asking for Thai hot. That makes me happy. And Indian hot for Indian food. Yeah, I get the spicy bulgogi.
I am one of those poor souls that if you burn my mouth, I won't be able to finish my food, and I'll be like,
Well, if
and then my nose will be dripping, and then I'll go home, and then I'll be like, all right, I gotta eat some ramen.
I can eat some ramen, right? No, I'm getting hungry too. Talking about food.
Right? It's lunchtime.
I've burnt my mouth many times on oven hot food, and that sucks. I hate when you actually burn your mouth with.
You actually have to let it cool before you ingest.
It usually
pizza
helps.
Pockets.
Yeah. Yes. A great number of things, but
Right.
yeah. I remember I was at. It's now called Silicon Valley Comic Con, but it was called something else when I went. It's in San Jose, and there was a place that everyone wanted to go to because I talked about how I like hot food. It's called Smoke Eaters, so it's a hot wings place, right?
Okay.
And one of the guys was saying, I practically went to the emergency room after going there and everything else. Okay, great. Let's go give it a shot. So I get there and I'm looking at their menu. I'm looking at, they kind of give some hints as to what's in the sauces. And I'm like, well, give me the worst one. Give me the second worst one. And I'm eating it and everyone else is watching me. And it's like, so how's the wings, Odin? It's like, had hotter. And then finally went back up to the counter and asked for more of their second hottest one because it was like flaming death and then something or the mustard concoction. It's like, can I get the mustard one because it's got better flavor?
Right, I was gonna say the mustard at least sounds like it's a mustard
Yeah,
hot.
it's got mustard hot.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty low on the spicy scale, but I do appreciate it. Like,
Right.
I add tapatio to my noodles.
Oh, for sure.
Here and there, but no, I don't like to kill myself. And if it's spicy going in, it's spicy going out. And so
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just saying.
Well, Jerry's saying, yeah, I love spice, but spice hates me. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. Yeah. I've gotten to the point with some of the spicy foods that I eat that I no longer feel it so much in my mouth, but I've had physical reactions. Like, I've gotten some super hot Tennessee spicy sandwiches, and my heart rate increased, and I could feel my gut reacting to it. But I didn't feel the hot in my mouth.
Interesting.
I was like, oh, hey, this is actually hot, because my heart rate is greatly increased. That was kind of cool.
Interesting, yeah.
So you're just chewing on the pad again?
Yep,
He
they're
doesn't-
sharing their favorite piece of pad.
All right. Have to let them have something so they don't chew on something I actually care about.
I could bring their toys with them, but
Yeah, I could pick up some bully sticks or something. Here you guys go.
yep.
All right. We got about 10 minutes until the gates open up and we
let
get to start letting everyone in. I wonder if I should just directly... Oh, I gave you my phone, so I don't have it.
Oh yeah, I was calculating.
Yeah, please calculate.
I did my basic calculations, and so we're looking around 7 or 8 inches from center front all the way to the side seam
Okay.
in there. So depending on what we do, we have a little wiggle room.
So do we want to just start cutting out, or do we want to... I was going to text Steve and let him know we're working with this thing for the fun of it.
You should let Steve know.
Yeah, I should.
Hey Steve,
Hey, Steve.
we're working on your stuff.
Hey, Steve, working on your stuff.
Yes. And promise we're not talking shit anytime we complain.
No, actually, I'm not talking shit. I don't ever want to talk shit.
No, I know.
Steve's a great guy. If you haven't met Steve from SKS Props, if you can, do it. He's a nice guy. and that's not like a euphemism. He's like, she's not in there today. No one's in there today. We've had somebody else in the studio before, and Toby's
trying
looking.
to say hi, and he's like, "Why won't you let him out?"
They're not in there.
Yeah. Poor Toby. He's all like concerned. He'll be fine. Hey, nope. Oh, he found my sewing machine. He knows it's mine.
Oh yeah.
So we're going from start to finish following a pattern, and this is like your area of expertise.
Okay.
Well, this is what you do every week.
It is.
Print out the paper pattern, cut it out nicely out of foam, glue it all together, paint it, and then paint it.
Paint it, right?
Wait for paint to dry before you can, paint it again. Wait for paint to dry. I feel like most of the projects take forever, just waiting for the paint to dry.
Yeah. And it was in this time of year, the glue dries really quick. It is pretty much paint drying is the
Yeah.
big thing.
It's nice and chilly today, but it
Right.
still is not cold. But yeah, I think the longest part of this is going to be the paint. At least that's my prediction.
Okay. There. I finally actually clued Steve in too. That. Oh, by the way, we're doing this thing.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was just typing on my phone.
You worked really hard on.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do this, and it's great because it's a free pattern. So, yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, watch his video.
Watch this video. Download his pattern from his site.
Yeah, and then craft along with us.
I'm not gonna repost anything. And we're gonna be saying all that again in just a couple of minutes when we go public. So sorry, guys. This is us trying to figure out what our show is. All right, so I was typing and you were telling me. So this is my expertise. So we're doing what? We're cutting it out.
No, we're learning how to do it from you live. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like normally it's the whole, oh, I did this, I did that.
Right.
But now it's like I'm actually saying you.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It is the non-edited, all the stuff version. Jerry Rig Props says, I watched loads of Dragon Ball when it was on TV, but I had no idea what season I was watching. And then I watched the really bad Dragon Ball Z film. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you can just kind of watch around, and it's
good.
it still has the but
Artman29 says, I want to meet him. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, Steve is great.
yeah. So we're almost about to start.
We're almost about to start. We're gonna go live here in just a second. All right.
Is there anything we need before we get going?
Ramen.
While we're still setting up,
I don't think so.
we have foam. That's the foam, right?
We have foam. So there's 10 mil and 6 mil foam there, and then over here I've got some 4 millimeter foam.
Because you wanted to do this.
I wanted to reduce it, so this is just foam set aside for me working on Mechagodzilla. But there's some 6 millimeter foam there. I've got more 6 millimeter foam over here. I bought a couple rolls. I mean, there's probably enough there for the parts we need for 6.
Oh, definitely.
And then I've got a bunch of 4 millimeter over there, which, you know, the 4 millimeter isn't HD foam because I just don't have any at the moment. I didn't order it. I went to Blick
Ooh,
Arts.
I'm telling. Nah.
I'm never going to say anything publicly. He'll never know. Blick Arts isn't carrying it in the store yet, and I didn't give myself time to order and have it
Adequate
delivered.
time
Yeah.
for ordering. You know,
Ordering
while we're
and deli-
using the fluffy padding instead of the foam padding. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And Blick is actually really good with getting stuff shipped out. They're not slow, but they're not Amazon. So, you know, it's more standard shipping
Yeah.
type times. Yeah.
But they have better resources.
Yeah. Alrighty. So,
We're doing some Saiyan armor. Just saying.
just saying, we're doing Saiyan armor. Wow, we both just crashed really hard.
No, I know.
It's this weird thing of we got 5 minutes
We gotta get going.
and we got to get going. So what we wanted to, I was texting Steve. You're telling me I was trying to pay attention to you, but of course there's so much mental effort goes into spelling. This is. Did you want me to start cutting these out?
I figured we'd wait the 5 minutes and
Oh,
then
okay.
we do it with like when we go live as
All
opposed
right.
to pre-live.
As opposed to pre-live.
Yeah, because we're just setting up.
Right.
I know. It's so exciting.
It's terribly exciting. Come on, do the thing.
What thing?
Oh, you're on for it. It went. Oh, okay. That's my mistake. Okay. Because I've only got 4 inputs for the actual switcher. I've got an HDMI switch up there. So I've got 4 set up to be our down shot here, and then I've got 1 set up to be the train cam, if the train ever shows up. But, you know,
It's Sunday,
it's Sunday.
so it may not.
It may not. It's been an hour and it's been quiet, which is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I need
Back
to
to
get
camera
here
4.
mentally. Hi, people.
Hi. It is okay.
So how's this week's project going?
Oh, slow. I got a slow start. I haven't. You know how we're not getting going very good with the live stream? Yeah, that's been me all week. And so I've got a good portion of the Mechagodzilla's Mecha Nappies built, and they're looking fine. I think I might want to cut the very back seam on the butt, which you set it all up to not have one at all, right?
Yeah, but you can
But-
literally cut that in any part to add a seam.
And reduce it.
Bring it in.
I'm looking at bringing it in, yeah, because
The
right
leg holes
now
are the right size, so yeah, taking it in at the butt, that's where I was kind of figuring you'd put a tail anyways.
Yeah, that's also part of it because it'll cover up the seam.
Yeah.
And because it seems like it's considerably larger in circumference than the chest. I'd rather it be closer, even though it fits, and even though you cut it to the measurements I gave you.
No, I gave wiggle room, so you can always trim things down.
Okay, and then I cut back away the seam
belt,
allowances
yeah.
and the belt. Yeah, so
It's been trimmed down and
it's been trimmed down and
fitting together, because
Yep.
you also have to build it back up after you trim it down.
right.
Yeah.
But I think right. I
Yeah.
may have said right too quickly there.
No, well, you have to trim it down. You have to trim off the excess pieces that I gave you,
Okay.
but then you have to build it back up by adding to the leg holes, and you have to build
Gotcha.
up the belt, and it
Right.
it
Okay.
changes things. You just had a shape to start with.
Okay.
So-
And it did. It was great, and it's a good shape. And I did cut stuff down. I cut some of the front down a lot, so it's got
Yeah.
way more of a bikini cut than it used to
Yeah.
in the front.
Well, because you needed it, but that has to be fabric now. So save that strip so you can use it for this fabric
Okay.
for your waders or whatever they're
Right.
called. Yeah. I think we're supposed to go live in like a minute now.
Like a minute now.
A minute.
We gotta Zuli, do the thing. I don't know. It must be because we're we are live now. We should be anyway. So let's
Be live.
be live. We're going to edit, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go, and we're going to get lost in the weeds.
No, Toby, hold on.
We're in visibility. Public. Done. Save. And there we go.
And we're live.
And we're live. And now we're live.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. For the past hour, we've been trying to set up and talk very nicely about how we have a DragonballZ armor. And now that we're live, we're done. Good night. Thank you all. And, oh, no, wait. That's not what we're doing.
Now we get to start.
Now we get to start. Okay.
Yeah. Now we get to cut it all out of paper, and then out of foam.
Cool.
So,
So hello to everyone. We've had an hour long or so pre-show where we were talking about what we're doing a little bit to the patrons. With my patrons, I've got a Discord set up, and everyone on the Patreon and everyone on the Discord gets to see an extra hour of live stream or so every week. And yeah, we just finished that up. What we're starting today, what we're starting up with the live streams now, is a whole new project of building DragonballZ armor. And specifically, we're going to be using the pattern and techniques as set up by SKS Props. So this is Steve's pattern. This is a free pattern. You go to sksprops.com.
print it out, cut it out with us.
Yes, print it out, cut it out with us.
But yeah, I cut you off, so tell them where it goes.
That's all right. She's saying it right.
But tell them where they can get it at you.com.
sksprops.com. So
Yes.
it's, yeah.
Sorry, I did get cut you off before you finished
Yeah,
saying that.
that's all right.
But yes, print it out, cut it out with us, and
Uh-huh.
we're going to make Saiyan armor.
And we're making Saiyan armor. And then he's also got two videos right here on YouTube about building the Saiyan armor using his patterns. He's got one where he's fully building it and painting it in kind of a realistic way. And then he's got a second one that's really good with a lot of battle damage and cell shading art on it.
Yeah, so
So, cell shade paint art, something like that. Anyway, good videos, nice guy, great pattern. This is what we're doing for the next couple of weeks. We're going to make a set of Saiyan armor that'll actually fit you and Joe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we padded out my dress form to be Joe's size.
Just what's going on back here behind us.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's the Sunday Odin Makes live stream. Hello, everyone. I'm here once again with Felicia.
Hello.
And Toby and Bruno are also kicking around somewhere.
Bruno's there, Toby's here.
Bruno's there?
There's
There's
Bruno.
Bruno. Licking his feet.
Yeah.
And,
Toby's
yeah.
there.
So what we've done for the past hour is not only pad out the dress form to be Joe's measurements, but talked a lot about how to scale. Steve's pattern is one size. It's a good generic adult size, but we still need to scale it back down a little bit because it's a little too big for you guys. So that was what we're talking about, and now we're actually going to do that. The other thing we're going to do, if you watch Steve's video, he talks about the base of his armor is built with 10 millimeter HD foam. And then on top of that, he's using 6 millimeter HD foam for some of the details, like the bands that go across the stomach and the bands that are on the armband, or the shoulder bands. Because we're scaling the armor down, I want to go with 6 millimeter base and 4 millimeter accents. So we're going to be changing that a little
Will
bit.
that change your dowel sizes?
I can't change the dowel sizes.
I know, but
It
will
should, but I can't. I mean, I can,
But would it look better or worse?
we can check. There are 3 dowel sizes that I can choose from.
Okay.
There's 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter, and 20 millimeter.
Because I realized that. I'm like, I know you have enough to do this foam, but
Right.
the dowels.
Right. Well,
Okay.
Will they end up being a little bit too big? They might. But the 20 millimeter just goes around the waist, and in the artwork from the show, the waist is pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty
And,
bulky.
and everything else, 15 millimeter, I think is going to look fine.
Okay.
Because I think 10 is going to be a little too small. Like if we had 12 or 13, it would be great. But at that point, you may as well just use 15.
Right. Okay.
Okay. What do we got here? Toothpick 19. Odin, what's up, guys? Hello, Toothpick 19.
Hello, Toothpick 19.
Aline Rangel with a YouTube. Cool. With a YouTube PyCon thing. I'm not sure. The Lego says, "Yo, Dayton Burgess, can you make something from an anime?" Yeah. How about we make something from Dragon Ball Z? Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this is animated.
Yeah, I think this is anime. Yeah, I think this is pretty hardcore anime. Well, it's not hardcore anime.
I know you
it's
always
not.
cut out with a blade.
I don't care. You use scissors.
I feel like
I'll
it's
use
sacrilege around you. Like, you always have your knife, and I'm like always like scissors.
I don't feel like I can cut a straight line with scissors.
Okay, and I
And
can cut a
since-
perfect circle with scissors.
And since the lines that I cut are the lines that are visible in the end product,
You like to use
I want a
the
straight edge, so it's straight to begin with.
That makes a lot of sense. Then I will cut out a nice curvy piece.
Okay, that's fine. But we're also changing the on all these.
Oh
so.
yeah, we totally are. So it
So it
doesn't
really
really
doesn't matter, no.
does it? No.
I'll get a pair of scissors and help cut.
Except for this one.
Except for which one?
This one needs to be straight.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, well, I can get that one.
Yeah, that's the only one. Because I know I'm trimming off all of this. It's gonna
So
be
I have
back
another
here.
pair of bigger scissors. I guess I
These
don't-
ones? That I s-
Well, you had those. I saw that.
Oh.
That's fine. I have these super overkill scissors. Invictus Cosplay Insight is working on a custom Nerf type blaster and is asking if I would do a custom paint job. And I'll be honest, I can't. I'm sorry. I mean, it's one of those things. It's been better for me to have a policy of I don't do that because
Commissions are a little hard to juggle within this
commissions
whole-
are super hard to juggle within getting videos done on time for YouTube. Now,
and life in general.
and life in general. If you want, you are welcome to contact Next Grade Gunpla on Instagram. It's just Next Grade, like school grade, and Gunpla's Gunpla. It's Gundam stuff, right? Anyway, that's Joe right here in the show. He's the one that wears the Gundam armor. Surprise! And
I'm gonna wear this.
and we're building this to fit him as well. He might be able to do a custom paint job for you. So definitely contact him and talk to him about it. And it'll actually be painted here in the shop, but it'll just be painted while I'm doing other stuff.
It's like you're gonna make sushi.
Yep. Do we want to cut on the outside of the black line or the inside of the black line? If we cut on the inside, we'll be scaling it back a little bit, right?
I don't care. Either way. I think it'll be about right. Just as long as it's straight, right?
Yeah.
But this I know I'm gonna trim the whole thing down. It's gonna only be
Right.
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff move over here. We got a hi from Bruno, who's barking away. Hi, Bruno. Thanks for.
Yeah. Letting us know there's somebody else in the building.
Yeah, it's gonna happen a lot.
Sorry.
It's okay. I had already started at that point, so
Yeah.
I can keep going. What do they find?
I don't know. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah, sometimes I'm worried about what's going to get chewed on.
Well, looks like that's a cat toy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a it's half a cat toy. I actually might use that
Yeah,
for Godzilla.
Yeah. Sorry, buddies.
We're still just cutting right on the outside lines, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Compelling.
So exciting, crafting.
Bob Ross style intro, guys, laughing away.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. That's, of course, B. Lynch, whose favorite mode of communication on the Discord is GIFs. Imagine English is his second language, memes is his first language.
That's how he asked for a cookie.
Jamie Carlston says, "Hello, Odin and the Pink Ranger." You probably don't need the additional material of necessary parts.
What are you talking? Oh yeah, definitely not. But I still cut them off anyways.
Cutting them out? You haven't cut them off yet?
Yeah, I didn't cut them off yet.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. That's sort of what I was doing too. So one of the things we talked about before we went live, I think, is how nice it is to have a finished pattern to start with. We got a pattern that we can work with, a pattern that's been tested, that works. You know, we're just changing the scale on it. There's a big change in personal expectation and anxiety because we've got a working pattern to start with. I'm very happy about that. Thank you, Steve.
Oh look, it has the website on the pattern.
Yes, it does.
I just noticed that.
He even plugs his foam. HD foam available through SKSprops.com. See, the guy that made this pattern is the guy that actually created HD foam. HD foam is available from Blick Art Supply, and I'm able to buy mine locally from Blick Arts on Sacramento. Yeah, definitely my favorite EVA foam to be working with. This is, yeah. Happy as all get out to plug this. So Steve, thank you for custom formulating your own high density foam. And also thank you for making a foam that is a light gray so we can make marks on it with a pencil and don't need special pins. Yeah.
It's like he uses it himself.
Right, it's like he actually has worked with this stuff before. Okay, so those two are cut out, that's cut out.
So I'm cutting out the last little bit.
Oh, cool.
That's lovely.
La Catina del Rancor says, "Hi from Spain.
Hola.
I have a video in my channel to make the Mjolnir decoration. Take a look to have new ideas." Cool, thank you. Yeah, 'cause on my Mjolnir, I just used like an old woven edge of a leather belt.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to carve the intricate. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Where is it?
It's way in the corner underneath Thor's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's way back there, very buried at this point, behind War Machine, behind. Camera
Yeah.
cannot see it.
It's texture at that point, right?
Yep. Maker JP, sup nerds? Sweet. Hey, Maker JP. Jim, Allfather, give me strength for about to forge myself a Stormbreaker. Oh, Jim. Stormbreaker's a lot of fun. And the only thing I can really highly suggest if you're going to make your own Stormbreaker, put the handle on the right way. Now, of course, you don't have to. You can put the handle on any way you want. But from personal experience, if you don't put the handle on the right way,
People notice.
Everybody's going to tell you that you didn't do it right. It's like, oh, is that Odin Stormbreaker? Yeah, you didn't put the handle on right. Of course, it's the wrong handle anyway. So remember, if you're doing the movie accurate one, the Groot stick in the movie is just straight, which makes it a little bit easier. It's just multi-branched and straight, as opposed to, I based mine off of production designs they thought they were going to go with. And what's funny is the Endgame toys, right? Because which way? No, it was Endgame. But the second or third rounds of toys that came out still used the curved handle Stormbreaker that wasn't in the movie. It's like, you guys had a chance to fix it now.
Yeah, but they already made the molds.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta scale this.
Stephen Fialho? Wow, Stephen. I'm sorry, I can just butcher that. Anyway, watching from Toronto, Canada. Hello, back to you. Mr. Rooster says, no Oxygen Destroyer yet? You want to explain that, son? Sure. I haven't got around to it. There's a lot of stuff going on in Oxygen Destroyer. Marvel stuff started coming out. If you go look at my videos and which ones have got good views, it's partly why Oxygen Destroyer hasn't happened yet. Hello to Cypress from Arstis 198. Rumble Forge. Oh, hey, Star Race is in Discord, and he's got Pallet Jack Racing. Yeah, when I worked in a warehouse, so I'm looking at a GIF from Discord, and it's a guy who's doing the scooter pallet jack thing, and then spins it out and loads a pallet onto it. Yeah, I used to play around with pallet jacks all the time in the warehouse. My favorite one was you'd pump it up a lot to begin with and get going, and then you start turning it and get it leaned up onto two wheels, and then drop it, and you would do this really hard, like 270 spin on it. It was great, because the front end would just dig and ruin the floor. It's fun!
Do you also like playing dominoes?
Yes? This is a setup for something?
No, just curious.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just imagining.
Just imagining stuff falling over?
Yeah.
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 Well, I never quite did that. I never quite got around to loading it that way, but I would certainly just drive it around the warehouse and do chariot races with them and all the things that managers don't want you to do.
So we gotta take that in a little bit.
That's not surprising.
Well, see, this is the waist point. Is this one right here?
Okay. You want to make marks on this, or?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the patterning up here, but I'm just kind of seeing what we need to do.
Worst case scenario, everyone gets to watch us tape together that set of patterns.
There you go. So, if this is where the shoulder band goes, and this is where his actual neck goes, this is where this piece would go, but I think it needs to be taken in, a little bit on this edge, but I'd leave this edge.
Oh, I'm not going to pet you.
And then, what if oops.
Sorry, this is kind of in the dark back here.
We are in the dark. Fine, Toby, you keep them entertained.
He's going to eat our hot chocolate, I'm sure. Or spill it. Hello, welcome to the Toby Show. Toby is here today live with Odin and Felicia.
Okay, so we do So when you do this as a superhero chest, this is actually supposed to ideally fit
It goes over.
over
So this goes on top of.
this piece like this.
This is the bottommost layer, right?
Yeah.
This goes over it. So you get the step down layer.
Yeah.
And then this tiny little corner matches up with the corner of this piece.
Okay.
But then they don't match up side to side all the way back. The back corner overlaps this one, right? So it's kind of a weird, you get this solid piece so you can trim it all out with a half dowel, and then the back part lays over it. So instead of doing this, it does that.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that we keep that into the patterning.
Yeah.
I don't want to change
Right.
that. But I think we should print this out scale.
Thank you for not falling off the table. Hello, Colas Band. Thank you for being a big fan. Bruce Marvel 88 says, UI Goku would beat Superman.
Yes.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah, okay. Nolan Films, what did I think of the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I was happy with it. I know a lot of people on the internet wasn't, but I'm willing to let a story do what it wants to do, and I don't second guess. All the characters wouldn't do that. That's what the writer wrote, especially for the creators. Whatever. I was happy with it. It was fine. I didn't feel cheated. I didn't feel left out. I was happy with the end of it.
So we can scale this whole thing down. I think we should print it out again.
Cool. We can do that.
Yes. Okay. Because it'll make my job a whole lot easier.
So,
Thinking.
doing that. Do this. Now, here's the $1 million question.
What do we scale it down to?
Yeah, what percentage do you want a percentage? Change it.
Let's scale percentage 20%. I'm just making up a number out of thin air.
You want to scale it down to 20%?
Like I said, I pulled a number out of thin air. Because it doesn't need to be 50% smaller. But it needs to be taken down.
I'll ask.
You have access to the source.
I have access to the source 20 minutes ago. He says, that's awesome, Odin, thanks.
So he might be able to give us the answer.
All right, so I directly asked. So let's give him a second to respond.
Yeah.
Starius. There, I'll actually use this account for now. Oh, thank you, Starius, for actually using the Starius account instead of using the Starius alt account. Whatever.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Oh, look at that. My future prediction is that someday Odin... Oh, now I understand. I didn't scroll up high enough. Prediction is that someday Odin will receive pallets of foam unloaded at his shop. Yeah, probably. And that's why the pallet jack gift came in, which I totally got excited about because memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had no idea
Nope. Now they have a small idea.
of the destructive forces. Let's see this one.
The pecs and abs section should be on the same layer with some trim around it. That's what the great Saxtonian tells us. Sure, but Steve's pattern had them just overlaying on top of each other, and I like the dimensionality that it had. It should be on the same layer, but it's, you know. I'm okay just working with Steve's pattern.
Yeah.
AK Gaming says, now it is night in my country. One of the fun things I've realized doing the live streams, you getting a chance to talk to everyone, is that, what's the best way to put this? With the day cycle on the planet, I'm in California, and California is on the hind end of the particular day cycle. So, yeah.
We're last for lunch.
We're last for lunch. So I believe it. Avaro says, I just joined and I already can't wait to see how this turns out. So Timothy Upton has got a kind of a long multiple part question here. Says, hi Odin and Felicia, good afternoon. Has Felicia seen the Zemo dance video that lasts for an hour? And how much alcohol did it take to stop laughing?
I saw up until the first commercial.
Fair enough. All good?
I was laughing. It was hilarious.
It is unfortunate that it is monetized that way, but I need to pay my rent.
Sorry.
Yep, it's all good. Art man. There we are.
What do you say?
We got a response from Steve.
I was close. I'd go down 15.
You go down 15? Mm-hmm. We can do math if you want. We'll just do 15.
15.
Okay.
I know, this wasn't children's size, but soon it will be.
Soon it will be. And in all honesty, I think we need to, whatever the modifications are, if it works, we should give those back.
Right? Scale
I'm
it
sure.
so you can have it on one size or the other.
Yep. There we are. There we are. And printing 15 pages now.
Yay!
Yay!
Odin Prince live.
Odin Prince live.
I know we cheated
Let's
and
turn
printed
over
it
to
the
the printer
first time.
camera. Well, we needed something to work with. We didn't cheat that much. We needed something to work with.
Yeah, I don't care.
And if we had taped this together live and didn't rob Jerry Rig Props of, I think it was Jerry that was talking about how we were robbing him of his taping experience.
You are no longer robbed.
You're no longer
It's
robbed.
being taped.
Right.
Yeah, but we need to just figure out where we're starting, and yes, it is just too big.
Yep.
Because I'd have to take it into about here on these pieces. I'd have to take it about to there on these pieces.
Okay.
About, it's all needs to get shrunk. So if we could print it all shrunk down, that's the back.
Right.
But yeah, it's just the tummy. There you go.
It's the tummy, right. Probably have to increase this a little bit.
There you go. It has to go at your waistline, not
That's
at your...
true. This way up here, I'm holding out.
Drop it. Right there. There you go. That's about where it needs to be.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I can fit you.
Oh, cool.
Actually, with these pieces, I think it is about your size.
With the additional if necessary.
Yeah, no, right here at this line is about your size.
All right.
So there you go.
There you go. Dragon Ball armor for everyone!
Hey, that's how I feel.
I've got hair that fits.
Yes, so you could be the whole team.
I'm not Vegeta, though.
But they had everybody in the armor.
Yes. Well, it's the hair is Vegeta's hair.
Yeah, you do have Vegeta's hair.
Are we out of paper, or you just think it?
Are you out of paper?
I'm out of paper.
Okay, well,
So here's the first
I'll
couple.
start taping them.
Usually what I end up having to do with these is there's a little bit of, there's blank around the edges.
Yep. Do you
So I end
trim
up
one side?
Trimming one side, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you could figure it out because you've done this, but I was compelled to talk about it because not everyone on the stream has done this.
Bless you, Toby. Oh yeah, you use metal rulers.
Whatever.
Because you can't cut them.
You're cutting the pattern. Cut it the way that you're comfortable with. Don't. I promise not to have a conniption fit. I don't think I would have anyway, but.
Yeah.
Pardon me as I do IT. The end of the ream of the paper.
Out of paper? Do you want me to go ask John for?
No, I've got some here, but
Oh, cool.
this is just, I'm loading up the last of the ream.
So you're gonna need to get some more,
Yeah, later.
but not today.
Nope.
I am going to put all of these pieces over here so we don't accidentally get them mixed up with our now smaller pieces.
Yes.
There is no one on screen.
There's no one on screen. No one's here. No one's here. Ah, help us. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Nothing's happening. Oh.
Okay. So, alright, those are over there, out of the way now. Hi, Toby. How are you?
Now, when I printed out at full size, it happened to work out that the first 6 pages had a natural break.
I don't know, I just pulled these 3 out now.
Right, that's fine. Well, that one's the third one goes here. And then you got that, and this, and then the other 9
Fit on the other page.
fit on all the other pages, right?
Okay. That's cool.
Let's go back to Starius. There are many different ways you can make off-camera work entertaining, but this is how Odin makes.
Oh, that's convenient. The little thing's the right size too.
Oh, nice.
Butt it up to the paper. Actually, it's slightly short.
They're comparing me to other characters in Dragon Ball Z. That's awesome. Bruce Marvel 88. Hey Odin, should they bring Angarius into the MonsterVerse? He is Godzilla's best friends for life, after all.
I don't know. Kong and him seem to be getting along pretty well there.
I think they tolerate each other. I think they're more like roommates that just put up with each other. Yeah, probably. I don't know. It's some of the behind the scenes stuff I remember reading about with King of Monsters when they had everybody in there. One of the reasons why they started creating a lot of monsters was because the cost of the rights for the monster, right? There's all the cost that goes into designing them and upscaling them and making them work for the movie. That's a given. It's going to happen anyway. But if you start cutting back on the licensed monsters, you start cutting stuff. And so that was partly why there was 4 or 5 Mutos or Kaiju that were made up.
Yay, capitalism!
Yay, capitalism! Including the mammoth. The big skinny mammoth guy. But I'm all for it. I'm okay with bringing any of them back.
Yay, giant monsters!
Yay, giant monsters! You know what this movie needs more rubber suits stepping on little models. Or when Godzilla falls down and you see the sole of his foot really is just a piece of foam wrapped over a shoe and it bulges. There's a really good scene in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla where Godzilla's down and the bottom of his foot's pointed right at the camera. And it's Godzilla green, but it's totally just a flat piece of foam and it's bulging in the middle because the actor's shoe is poking on it.
Yeah, things you do that you let fly because you hope nobody notices.
Right.
But then they notice and you kind of go, oh, they noticed.
Oh, they noticed. Exactly.
Lost my rule. Stealing yours. Oh, I hit him for myself.
It's all good. Because of the size of the pattern, it's kind of hard to tape everything at the same time.
Right?
Jetstream wins. Okay, but what about Metroid builds? Any planned? Please, Odin. Nobody on YouTube is building it, and they just show they have builds but don't build it. Okay, gotcha. Well, I did the one gun. I think here I am wanting to argue with Metroid builds. So more to your question. I'm not against it. I would be.
You are never going to run out of content.
I'm never going to run out of content.
Ideas.
And Metroid is definitely one of those nice, old school, awesome, always being updated. Will always have a fan base.
I don't like this one. Oh, that's because it's broken on the tip.
Oh, okay. Well, this one could use a new point anyway. There, try that one.
And
That one's out, isn't it?
This one's pretty much out. It's down to its last snap, so I'll do that. Since I'm only cutting...
Oh, wow. That actually, cut easily.
That was still cutting a little rough even before I snapped it. That's partly why I went ahead and did it for you.
Yeah, I was like, that wasn't... There you go. That's much better. Whew. The right tools help.
Oh, and it's nice that, after the fact, right, because I didn't actually communicate with Steve beforehand. Oh, by the way, we're going to be plugging your channel. So, by the way, I'm plugging Steve's channel. This is patterns from SKS Props, so definitely go check out.
Yes.
Yeah, he was saying thank you.
Yeah, but it was kind of off the cuff that I was like, hey, yeah.
Well,
You want to make Dragonball armor?
right, but I had a week I could have told him. Because I had a week I could have done a whole bunch of stuff.
No. This week was a little funky.
Yeah, I'm glad this week's kind of over.
I should tape as I'm cutting.
Maybe, whatever. I'm just cutting and then I'll get around to taping when I can spread out.
Yeah, because I'm
Or
totally
I'll walk
taking
off
up all
into the other room.
space.
Yeah, you're totally taking up all the space.
It's my space.
My space.
Now, do you have Odin Makes MySpace?
I do not have an Odin Makes MySpace. I had an Odin Abbott MySpace, and I think it's still there. I do not have an Odin Makes MySpace. That is one. I don't have a Snapchat.
Okay.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
Yet.
So, Jerry, do you really feel robbed that you didn't get to experience the thrill of pattern taping live? Let's do that. There we
Crafting
are.
takes time.
Crafting takes time. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. And on. Oh, how come it's always this tiny little postage stamp?
I blame the program.
Yeah, we should. There we go. There. Now we got a picture in picture so they can still barely see our lovely faces while we're cutting on paper.
Cheese.
Cheese.
And crackers.
Ramen.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Puzzles.
Puzzles. Sorry, I'm not interacting with the chat, guys. I'm like kind of
Crafting?
crafting. My attention's a little.
Did I not call
split.
it? How many episodes if we actually talk to people?
Oh no, for sure. Yeah. We're talking about stuff here. Skull Split's talking about Platifx paints. Let's see. Skull Split 3R98. Hey Odin, do you think Platifx paint would work well on urethane webs? I've been building a 2002 Spider-Man suit and need a flexible metallic paint to go over them. Thanks for the comment. I would say no.
Good. Glad you asked.
Yeah, glad he asked. If you're doing urethane webs for a Spider-Man suit, definitely look for a urethane pigment. Mix it in so it's black when you cast it. Urethane's going to move way too much, and the Platifx paint's going to peel right off.
Yeah.
'Cause
If
it's
you
just-
can do it in the...
Yeah, if you can do it in it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's why they dye polyester
Right.
in the gunk phase before they weave it.
Yes. But you can get urethane pigments. It might be hard to find, but you can do it. I know fiberglass polyester resin pigments are easy to find, and epoxy pigments are not hard to find. But I've got, it's like 20 years old, but I've got some urethane pigment, so I know it exists. Definitely mix the color in before you cast your webs, and because you said 2002 Spider-Man, right? No, it's scrolled off screen. Definitely do that up front because it's going to be so much easier. And then urethane, oddly enough, works with crazy glue. So when it comes time to attach your urethane webs to your spider suit, crazy super glue is going to work.
Yay, super glue.
Yay, super glue.
Yay, having a glue that sticks.
Yay, having, exactly. Information as told to me by Robert Short from his experience of working on Daryl Hannah's Tale from Splash. Because they looked at doing, at the time, silicone was still very new, because Splash is what, early 80s? Silicone was very new, and there was no easy way to glue silicone. You could still do it at that time, but it required a process and required time to set up. So it isn't something you could fix on set because she's in the surf and the tail tore, which happened. So they used urethane. In fact, one of the big problems they had, there was a scene where she was in a tank and having to be slightly out of the water or something, talking to whoever.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact scene, but she's in the tail. Well, underwater, and she wasn't thinking about it. She wasn't standing flat with the tail sticking out. She had let the tail curl over, and she was standing on the tail. So it
she had a
split
cushion.
right along the toes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. That.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, pretty. Tape!
Your turn.
Yeah, starting it says, oh, that's cool. I always thought the tail and the splash looked very realistic. Yeah, it was
It was a good practical tail.
It was a really good practical tail, yeah.
I like it when effects are practical and not in post.
Right.
But although I did always love hearing, don't worry, we'll do that in post.
Oh, yeah, that's the best thing ever. We'll fix it in post. Oh, great.
Right.
Thanks. But no, that's all totally doable. And yeah, the tail was great. I really liked that movie.
Yeah, I think that's one of those projects that I've always kind of wanted to do.
And it's fun, the Disney Plus version. They digitally extended her hair when she runs into the surf.
To cover her butt
To
crack?
cover her butt crack.
Yeah. Can't see butt crack.
Nope, no butt crack.
Although, the very beginning of Pollyanna, there's a little kid going naked into the water, like swinging into a pond, and you see his butt crack.
Is Pollyanna on Disney Plus?
Yes.
Oh, wow, cool.
Just,
It's one of Ellis's favorite movies.
yeah, so... I don't think they quite edited that, or did they? I don't know.
I don't know.
I just laughed. Because I wasn't expecting it.
Right. Hey, Odin, we got Malicious Dolphin. Hey, Odin, what would be the strongest foam for a Katsumi mask? Probably what the foam.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, that's, I'm sure you can get some stronger foams that I'm not aware of, but with the ones that I have used, it would be what the foam. But does the Katsumi mask need to be that strong? What's the...
Like, what are
See,
you...
I don't know the character that well. I mean, are you like...
Gonna get punched in the face with
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Are you anticipating taking, you know...
And then do you want something a little more padded, or does it need to take strength? Like, yeah.
Foxum Armor, what are your guys' thoughts on the new Batman movie? What, this is the Patterson Batman movie? I haven't seen much on it yet, other than the trailers. I'm okay with it. I'm you know, how many different Batmen have we had? You know, Adam West and Michael Keaton and everything. I'm fine.
Ian's my favorite.
Let's see, Ian's your favorite? Yes. Yeah. This is Ian from Smosh.
That I used to not like his Batman, but it's enduring.
Totally. No, yeah.
It's enduring. I love it. I can't.
So, I want to see more. Right now, I have no problem with it.
Yes, it's Batman.
Yes, it's Batman.
So yes, I will watch it.
I mean, I used to watch Adam West Batman every day, so you know, I'm already primed with goofy Batman. I got no problems.
Gee willikers.
Gee willikers. Holy streaming channels, Batman. Holy rusted metal. The metal is full of holes and it's rusted.
Can I have another piece of tape? Thank you.
Someone else, who is this? Connor Cook says, speaking of Batman, have you heard about the upcoming Flash movie? Yes, I have. And I am very, very much interested in that, because the upcoming Flash movie is taking the Flashpoint comic series, where Flash has to turn back time to correct something that went wrong.
Okay, yeah.
And creates an alternate universe.
Okay, yeah, typical Flash.
Typical Flash. And so, confirmed for the movie, Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman. Yeah. As a 30-year-older, disgruntled, you know, bitter. It's like, oh yeah, sign me up.
I like Grumpy Batman.
I like Grumpy Batman. Even Frank Miller's Dark Knight was a grumpy Batman. This is great.
Right?
Someone's screaming out, Naruto props! It's true, Naruto hasn't happened.
My brother wanted me to make that jacket for him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I never quite got around to it.
You don't want to make a big orange jacket? I guess
No,
it's
I'm
not that
totally-
big, but...
I'm totally down to it. I just, you get a lot on your plate.
Right.
And then you forget about it and go, oh yeah, my brother asked me for that one at one point.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like
But
how
his
many-
hair also did look like Naruto at the time.
Oh, okay.
There's that. I will let you cut this one out.
Starius is sharing on Discord. Sorry, it's not easy to share with you guys. But hey, if you want in on the private Discord chat, if you want in on an hour of early live stream or so every Sunday, if you want in on like game nights and sometimes on Wednesdays we have prop talk and I'll show up. I mean, they have prop talk every week, but some Wednesdays I actually show up. Odin Makes Patreon will get you into the private Patreon only Discord. But on the Patreon only Discord, Starius is saying, fix it in post, gets you great shots like this, where you end up with 3 different colors of fire. And I have no idea which, it's Corridor, VFX artists react to, so this is probably Volcano or Dante's Peak. But yeah, you definitely have a really deep orange of the magma spraying out. You have some pink foreground fire, and then you have your yellow fire.
Woo, Toby! Sorry.
So, yeah, fixing it in post.
It's okay, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, well, I've talked about Dante's Peak in the past before. There are problems with even on the practical effects.
There is a bump here. Oh yeah, that's where this ends. This metal thing.
Ah, yes, okay. I'm not seeing behind your arm which...
What bump?
What bump? Right, the table. So the table we're working on, this old wooden table, my dad actually made when I was like 1. So I grew up with this table, but it's got a very rough, finish to it. It's just burnt. It's not actually sanded. So half of my mat has a piece of metal underneath it, so I've actually got a flat surface to work on.
Yes.
But it's only a foot, so yeah, it falls off it.
Right there.
Right there. Eventually, I will go buy a larger piece of aluminum that'll cover the entire. Maybe when I get around to
Replacing the mat.
replacing the mat again, I'll go buy a 2 foot by 3 foot piece of aluminum plate and tape the mat to it. I think it's raining. You smell it?
Yeah, it's raining. It's definitely one of those rainy days. You eat ramen and watch Dragon Ball too. It's a Sunday. Oops, hi Toby. I think this might be the right size.
Oh, hey, we've been on this. Well, we're in both cameras, so I guess we've been on this picture-in-picture scene for a bit now. Is it still too big?
It's still pretty big.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So would have 20% worked?
Yeah. Do we need to do this again?
Well, if I could get the pectoral, we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we will.
Okay.
Today was paper day.
Today is paper day. What's be happening some more?
It's easier to figure out fitting in the paper phase
Yeah, this
than
is
any other phase.
this is absolutely the cheapest part of cosplay or projects.
Yes.
Is pencil and paper.
Papakura patterns are amazing.
Uh-huh.
Paper patterning is the cheapest way to figure out this is about the right size.
Right. This isn't the right size.
Right?
This is the most expensive part. All right. So you want this?
Yes. And specifically, I like the Scotch Magic tape. It's my favorite for patterning.
And specifically, we like the Scotch Magic tape because it is Felicia's favorite for patterning. Scotch Magic tape, available where tape is sold.
Yes.
And stuff.
We are not sponsored by Scotch, but
No.
open to it.
Totally open to it. It doesn't have to be Scotch tape either. I'm okay with Doers.
Yeah, no,
This
I
is the
really
first one
like.
that came to mind. I don't really have a brand preference on Scotch.
Yeah, no, I specifically like this tape for patterning because you can write on it.
Yeah.
You can peel it, stick it, re-stick it,
Right.
and I don't know. I've had a lot of stress with the shiny ones and the cheap ones and the weird ones and it's not
Uh-huh.
worth it.
And the ones.
Yeah, and by far I will spoil myself and I will just buy the Scotch Magic Tape.
Uh-huh.
I don't use it to wrap presents.
Right. No, I use the Scotch double-sided tape to wrap presents.
I use duct tape.
I've used
Get it at a full wrapping.
Yep. I've used packing tape. VZoc says I just use generic Target tape. Cool. If it works for you.
Which is fine for wrapping presents. I'm just a little picky on patterning, but that's because I have to do it on a normal basis.
Someone's telling us that ramen goes with Naruto, Felicia. Does ramen not? I thought ramen also went with Dragon Ball Z.
Well, you can watch your Naruto, but so Bulma saves the world with ramen.
Okay.
And
In Dragon Ball Z.
yeah. And I don't know. I just like they're just watching the eat ramen and watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's my thing, but you can watch anything and eat ramen. There's
Right.
no rules.
Well, I know that they eat ramen a lot in Naruto. They're eating, the bowls of ramen. But I thought specifically the cup of noodles ramen was like Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just like any. It's just more of a memory, you know.
Right.
I need this piece.
Let's go. No, whoops.
Okay.
There we are.
It will be just a little bit long.
Just a little bit long.
Just a little bit long. See? Because this is his natural waistline.
Okay.
And they wear them kind of high up, but I'm
Right.
actually okay dropping it an inch because we are not in the 80s anymore and people don't wear things awkwardly.
That's fine, but there is also being accurate to the uniforms.
Yeah. But this 13 does seem a little short, so I feel like
Okay.
we have that, like an inch isn't going to be
Okay.
big of a deal.
Cool. I know you're there. I don't want to pick you up.
I
So,
know.
do you want to?
Should we go down to 20? No, I think 15's fine.
We're gonna be okay at 15.
Yeah, but I'm glad we didn't do it only 10.
Yeah.
That's for sure. This is additional material is necessary, so we're not going
Right.
to need the if necessary.
We don't need any, so just go ahead and cut off all the if necessary.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just cut off all the if necessary. So I guess I will cut off the if necessary.
Not necessary.
Not necessary. So we went 15%
So
smaller,
we're at 15% smaller.
and we're not using the extra necessaries. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, it's good to share the recipe with everyone else.
Yes, child size large. Adult extra small.
Lorenzo Fernandez is saying, Odin, we need the face mask they used on Loki when they first captured him in the first Avengers movie. I started making that once with a live stream with Felicia right here. And then I put it together slightly wrong. But we started that once. I could do that again as a proper prop.
Yeah, because now...
Because we got a Loki show coming up, which I'm super excited for. And notice I'm not using a ruler.
You are not. Look
I
at
am
you
not.
being dangerous.
And it's wandering. It's not a total drunken sailor, but it's, it's there's white beyond the black line.
It's okay.
So there's the back. I'll take this. I'm going to leave this one a little long still because, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't need to.
Well, let's put it up there before you cut it off.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I need to, actually, but that's okay.
But,
There
yeah,
it is.
it doesn't hurt to. So we have, this is the back
Oh,
piece.
here we are. There's one more piece. That's the last piece. I'm hoarding the last piece.
Yeah. I think this is going to work just fine, because here's our side seam, and we're past our side seams.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here, see? This is the back piece.
Oh, we're past the side seams of the shirt,
Yeah.
or the sweater. Okay,
So
cool.
he'll have breathing room.
You want Joey to be able to breathe?
No, but he
Okay,
will
good.
have it.
All right. You set those up next to each other, you have a good indication where 50% is.
There you go. Yeah, 15% more.
The Great Sextorian. Have you ever thought about doing a budget-based challenge, like the time that Punished Props made lightsabers for $20? Actually,
I feel like that's how you started.
yeah, that's kind of how I started. DIY Prop Shop had when I started, they wanted a budget of $40. And I'm still kind of worked that way. I mean, there's a certain amount of, I don't pay attention to my budgets much anymore, but I'm still kind of in the ballpark of, I only use this, I only use that. I didn't use a bunch of super expensive materials, typically. So, yeah.
So, most projects. But you could probably do one as a clickbait. $20 to do this project.
Right. Yeah,
It's a marketing ploy.
it's a marketing point.
I think this is going to work.
Okay, we've got...
So if we get the back pieces together.
Fox and Harmer with a whole bucket of questions melted into one, right?
Okay. Shoot 'em.
Odin! Is that enough ice? In! Skyrim props? Not against it, just never popped up. I mean, Skyrim's being re-released constantly, right? I mean, it'll be available on your Apple Watch soon. So, maybe? Also, any tips on cosplaying on a budget? Like, I live at home, and my only income is, well, none, because various reasons. And maybe commissions in the near future? So, multiple things going on there. Cosplaying on a budget. I kind of try to be sort of budget conscious. I mean, I was just saying earlier, I'm kind of not, but I don't run out and grab Warbler because that's not an affordable prop piece, working material to me. It's too little material for as much money as Warbler costs, so I don't have any interest in working with Warbler. And generally speaking, I try to keep it down just because it's all coming out of my pocket too. So cosplaying on a budget sounds like cardboard and easily upcycled materials is going to be your best friend.
Or simple characters.
Or
where it's
yeah.
more the way you act.
Right.
Or, like simple t-shirt character.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to go about it.
Absolutely.
Be creative, use what you got, and there's a lot of stuff that we throw away that is great craft supplies.
Yeah, definitely. One of my first costumes I did was inch-thick foam, and it was a bed liner over the top of a king-size bed that I got for free because they were done with it and going to throw it away. It's like, that's a lot of foam. So, no, it's available to get stuff with being budget conscious. But no matter what you're doing, you're going to have some cost because you're going to have to buy paint. You're going to have to buy hot glue sticks or tape.
Yes. Coloring things cost money.
Coloring things cost money. Now, you can avoid all that if you go the humorous route. So you're building cardboard Iron Man and it's all taped together. And that's what it is. And you're using different colors because the different color of packaging cardboard you can get a hold of. That's great. Do that. Because if you play up the humor aspect, no one's going to care.
So, Odin,
Yeah.
this is kind of where we're at.
And the last thing, commissions. I'm not taking commissions. I don't have time.
This is kind of where we're at on size. I like the size of this, and I like the size of this, but this is all too big in here. And it's just still,
So these pieces are going together, you're saying?
Isn't this the way it kind of goes, sort of?
Kind of. Yeah, I think these overlap a little bit. Yeah.
They overlap a little bit.
But yeah, this is kind of the way it goes. So.
Then this piece needs to match this piece under the arm somewhere.
Right. And part of it is you need an overlap for Velcro, but it doesn't need to be that much. Cut back to what we think.
But these pieces seem like the right size. They don't look awkwardly big
No,
or
they
small.
don't look awkward. No, they don't. They look good.
But we can trim this part right here to make it work, or do you want
Yeah.
to just try and go down that extra 5%
Oh, well,
to 20%? It's up to you. Because it's easier to do it in the paper phase than it is into the foam phase.
okay. So, do we want to print another one and cut it up?
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah. Maybe we do, because I'm looking here. You've got it. I mean, it's just really quickly pinned on, but this
Yeah.
is definitely off the center line of your neck.
Right? Well, because then it still needs to go over this much. Sorry, I popped it out and let it fall.
It's all right.
But his shoulder to shoulder, it's like here. It's like
Right. Yeah. When I was just literally looking at the center line of your neck, going down the center line here, and you were over it, half an inch. But
okay, yeah.
that's all. I don't mean to be, just trying to go off of. Missed. Comes over here. That's still pretty much the way the arms. Yeah, probably 5%.
5%?
Even though it's another half hour of cutting paper, yeah, probably 5%.
But yeah, my original guesstimation of 20%.
Yeah, well, try it. I was gonna actually try and do some math, which we still guesstimate 15 when we told you sizes.
Well, I guesstimated 20%,
Right.
and then when he told us 10, I was
Right.
like, well, let's at least do 15, split the
Okay.
difference.
Because he gave me a number, and I was going to go off his number versus Joe's number, divide them in the calculator, and use that number.
Well, what number would you come up with?
Oh, I don't know. What numbers do we have? Because that was kind of my original thought, because this is why I don't guess.
No, I know, and I'm like, I'm totally guesstimator. Well, I can also math it out to make it right, but
So if we want to divide Joe's size, his bust, his chest, right?
yeah.
Okay, which is quite a bit smaller, divided by Steve's size, and we get, about 19.
20%.
Yep.
I love it when I guesstimate right.
Yep.
So yeah, let's print it out at 20% because
Okay.
I feel like that will be perfect because it's just 5% too big.
Yeah, all right. We're going to take more paper.
Part 3.
Morning Wood, sending us 100 rubles, it looks like? Yes, 100 rubles. Hello, Odin. Your fan, Alexei from Russia, writes to you. You promised to try to make the mask of Michael Myers. I'm waiting for an execution. Did I promise? I didn't think I promised.
You've always promised not to.
I think I've always promised not to. I think we talked about how to paint it.
We talked about maybe doing your face
Right.
as a Michael Myers mask, but
Tile size? I could do 0.813953, but I'll just do...
20%.
I'll take it down to 80% size, yeah. 20% reduction. Oh, look, it's on 9 sheets of paper now.
There you go.
And print. There's less to cut out and deal with.
Well,
All right. Well, let's mark all these and
I will go put these with the other ones all pinned together.
all pin together. We have a variety of sizes of Saiyan armor.
What are you saying over there?
I'm just prodding the internet.
I know.
Am I ever going to make a prop out of cardboard? Probably not. And that's nothing against cardboard. It's just not my medium of choice. And at this point, I'm so used to foam, I would probably...
Yeah,
There's a
because
skill set.
and also foam has a different durability where cardboard will rot. Not rot,
Right.
but it'll wet. It doesn't last. Where
Right.
foam will last. From somebody who works in a costume shop and has had to deal with that, I would totally choose foam over cardboard if I was making something. But I also do make things out of garbage all the time.
The other thing with the cardboard is just foam will give me a compound curve very easily.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, there's a camera there.
Are we out of focus or did I?
No. You just moved it over a little bit. It's fine.
Sorry.
It's funny. Hey, it's 1 o'clock.
Let me just kick the audience for you.
Fox of Armor, taping paper, the lines that lie. Yes, exactly. Because even though We told this to print out at a certain size. It's not exactly what it needs to be. Which I'm sure you've seen that too, that the lines don't perfectly match up. It's like, well, this one's a little bigger than this one, and I don't think it's a human error. maybe.
Let's see what.
Maybe not.
Scuttle says, love the Zima mask and the amazing dancing. Thank you very much. And Dan Does Junk is giving us some great narration. Will Odin and Felicia ever finish the paper phase of this project? Stay tuned for the next episode of Odin Ball Z.
They really do like to drag out the.
Yeah, they really do like to drag out. Okay, internets, all my internet's friends. Those of you who are artistically inclined, internet's friends, we are now in need of an Odin Ball Z logo. Can we just take the DragonballZ logo and rework that, and it's either Odin Makes Z or Odin Ball Z, whichever. It'd be great. It could be Odin Felicia Z, whatever. It'd be kind of cool to get one of those. And if we really, really like it, we'll put it on a t-shirt.
There you go.
Phone guy. I have not thought about doing Ludwig's Holy Blade from Bloodborne. It's a good idea. D-Rock Payne is in the house. Sweet. Hello, D-Rock.
Yeah, for inspiration.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. This is.
My custom Dragon Ball from Sherby. There's a...
Hey, look, it's Grandpa.
It's Grandpa. What?
You haven't seen the show.
I haven't seen the show. Okay. Why is Grandpa's name Sherby?
No.
Okay.
That's Grandpa Ball. That's his grandpa's.
Oh, okay. Grandpa's got his own ball.
Yeah. Okay, I am slightly confused as to how these things fit
Right. Well,
together.
they totally changed orientation.
Yes.
So
So I.
they did print out in a particular order, but of course you got it. Yeah, that's it. Yes, and this is the top of that.
Okay, there it is. It's these down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nailed it.
Third's the charm.
Third time's the charm. Shall I open up my mail?
Yes, you got mail.
I got mail! So it's 1 o'clock, and it's been fun to do viewer mail at 1 p.m. On the live stream. And today's viewer mail comes from my mom. So this should be fun. She's going through stuff and has sent me, as this box says, Odin's elementary school art. So this should be a whole lot of fun. I have an idea of what a couple of these are going to be, but I don't know what's all in the box. I don't know how many pieces are in the box. And there's actually 4 boxes total, so I figured I'd open up 2 today and then save some more for next week. But yeah, so you want me to? How about this? How about the nice 80s U-Haul logo and box? I mean, I'm sure this is what this is, right? Do you have a date on this?
This kit contains 1 set of dividers.
1 set of dividers. There is no. Yeah, it's dividers for packing your dishes. There's no specific
No,
U-Haul date on it, which makes sense. Why would they?
right?
It's
no
old enough they
copyright
didn't
date.
bother to date it. So if you want to, if you happen to think it would be fun to send something in to have me open up on air, if you want to participate in viewer mail, in the description of the video is my P.O. box. And last week I got a box from Ireland from Jerry Rig Props, and one of the things included was cat toys. So there was a point in time in the past when I was making a He-Man sword, and I used cat toys for the end of it, so it kind of became a thing briefly. So I've got cat toys I'm using again on Mechagodzilla because one of my patrons sent them to me. And I think I know what's in the big one. Do we want to? Whatever, we can open
Let's
it.
start with this one.
Alrighty. Prompter says, "Hi, Odin and Felicia." Here we go.
I love it.
Here is not a shock. The first picture on top it's a dinosaur. Of course.
Odin Makes.
What else would it be? It'd be a dinosaur.
wall.
You feel like that should go up on the wall?
Yeah, like an art gallery.
Get that framed. And then what else? Okay, I knew this one was coming in here. Alrighty. It's not a dinosaur. It's
Hey, look it's getting the airplanes and the helicopter in the air.
of course. with his super electricity zapping antenna. I almost remember painting this one. Almost. I like the ship that's flipped upside down and sinking.
Okay, that's what that is. I love it.
Yeah.
You can see the sails.
Elementary school art. Alrighty, back when I would actually paint stuff. Oh, here we go.
Enterprise.
Enterprise. It's the space shuttle. Because it was exciting. It was, I like how I got some lines on the on the cockpit here, and apparently they weren't dark enough, so I kept rubbing enough that I made the paper fall apart.
Well, the paper they give kids isn't very...
No. What else we got in here? Oh, I remember doing this. Oh, yeah. So you get, this is more high school, I think, where you got a line drawing and you lay it down on top of a piece of, thicker aluminum, and then you're basically just burnishing it in order to make a raised. So of course it's a dinosaur.
Yes.
This is probably high school, and it's a dinosaur. Which to you on camera, probably all you can see is bright silver. When I'll bring the camera up in a second. But next to that is one that's painted as well. So this is also the same aluminum with doing the burnishing, whatever. You got your drawing and I think you lay this on a piece of like a towel, I think.
Yeah, some kind of fluffy surface.
Yeah. Very similar to what you're telling me to do with the spell books.
Yeah.
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 But with aluminum. And
We used to do that
paint.
and decorate mirrors.
all right. And then this is one that I know my mom had told me about. And I have no idea what my age here is, but apparently this is a portrait that I did of my dad. And I don't think he saw the resemblance.
He looks happy.
Yeah, he looks happy. And then... Oh, look!
You have an education.
I have my nursery school diploma. One of my only diplomas. Master of Nursery School Arts and Skills.
Look there.
Yeah, they're painting monkeys, and they're hanging their clothes up, and they're getting along on the seesaw, and they're taking a nap. I'm still pretty good at that one. I'm a master of naps.
Odin made.
Odin made. Look, it's artwork from a long time ago.
You have one more.
I have one more. And she told me what was in that one, which is fine. It was like, would have been fun to like, oh yeah, that one, instead of like, oh, I know it's in there.
Well, we don't.
Nope, you don't. So then, we'll close up with that in a minute. This was one more from high school. And no, I did not have an Amazon box in high school. This is just how Mom packed it. Now, the other stuff that I got opening for later is boxes of stuff. This is just the artwork. Although there may still be artwork in the other stuff, too. But that'll be interesting, because I'm curious what pictures, and like I think bronze baby shoes is in one of them. So it might be a lot of fun to pull those out and get embarrassed.
Oh.
Oh, wow, they actually cut that out. I don't remember cutting that out. Oh, wow, the ink is seriously faded.
It's Indiana Jones.
It's Indiana Jones.
I love it. I like the...
Pointillism. I'm sure the camera makes us look a lot better. No, it's totally washed out. You guys can't see it at all. Wow, that used to be black ink. That's how much it's faded since, I did this
It's
when the
an-
movie was new.
It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, you used a different type of black pen.
Yeah, in different
Mixed
places.
in with your other pen.
Yeah. Well, it was it was a high school project, so you worked on it at different times. That's
Yeah.
interesting how some of the ink stayed black.
Yeah.
Like this is super black here, and the majority of it's just faded into the sepia.
I bet you probably used this pen for the whole thing, ran out of it, and went in and did your little details.
Probably.
And finished it up. But nice.
That totally survived. I had forgotten that it got cut out. So, Indiana Jones.
And that's what Odin makes.
And that's how Odin made. There's lots of ways to do craft arts in school, but this is how Odin makes. That's really cool. That's actually on like Bristol board or some other
Like heavier paper.
heavier paper, yeah.
Yeah.
High school art. Let's see if get back into more taping here in just a second. Let's see if we can't get you can kinda see the dinosaur head, the dimensionality of it.
There you go.
Oh, there you
Block some of the light from the top so you can see the
Appreciate
shadows.
that. Dog cough.
There.
So, yeah, it's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. I'm so happy you're not a dinosaur. Let me put that back in its box. Yeah, the yellow Diplodocus. Yeah, that one needs to go from the wall. You're right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
It reminds me of the Sims paintings.
Yeah.
Round 3. We will have a paper pattern by the end of today.
We will have, yes, a paper pattern by the end of today. That was the plan. So I'm getting a question: do I still make props for Smosh? I missed who asked me
No.
that. No.
They're down in
there
LA
it is.
now.
Phone guy was asking that. Yeah, they're down in LA. We're up in Sacramento, so
There's a lot of talent down in LA.
yeah,
They got it.
they got it. I actually haven't talked to the guys from Smosh in a little while. I mean, I've talked to Ryan, right?
Really?
Yeah, and I saw that Anthony subscribed to my channel not too long ago, which I thought was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't talked to him in a while.
I saw them not last year, but the year before last year at their 14-year anniversary party.
Right, so it's 19, right?
Yeah, 2019.
2019?
Yeah, because their 15-year. Oh, poor guys.
Yeah.
But next year,
Next year, yep.
we're getting there.
16-year anniversary.
16-year anniversary. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't have to cut this one up. Because that goes on top. Goes on top. Alrighty. So we need to cut. See what the bottom cut off this?
Yeah, I was cutting these ones down. I hear people.
I hear people's. Oh, yes. Connor Cook. By the way, Odin, thank you for responding to my idea for the Mechagodzilla jaw design. You're welcome, Connor. Yes. And actually, that is one thing I did work on a little bit this week. I do have a multi-pulley system set up inside the jaw now. And it is working better. Still getting there. What I found out is I'm getting a lot of drag as the cord inside runs across the helmet on the inside. So I need to go and get one more pulley so I can bring the line all the way forward on something that's got less resistance, because it's kind of hard to pull, basically. But I got it to where I can get his mouth to open up fully with about an inch worth of travel of pulling.
Nice.
Yeah, which
How
is
many
good.
snatch blocks?
How many? 2.
2. Nice.
Yeah, it's just a 2-to-1 with the snatch box. I tried doing a 3-to-1, and because when it was by itself, it was a little over 2 inches.
Yeah.
And then 2-to-1 got it to be an inch. 3-to-1 only reduced it down to 3/4 of an inch, so it wasn't really worth the extra effort. Yeah. And then having that additional bit of travel also created a little bit of drag. It was a little harder to pull. So I was like, yep, 2-to-1's good.
Yeah.
That dinosaur head reminds me severely of the Red Ranger Power Coin. You're right.
It really does.
It really does. I suppose that is a way to make the power coins. Like we could always just do the same aluminum rubbing technique.
I know there's people out there, Bruno. No, you cannot go outside.
Marius Schoenmacher says, I still have my dinosaur art stored in my closet. Me too now. Aditya Saiyan, wow. Anyway, that's some Super Saiyan level art. Man, Aditya? Wow. It's like I can say it in my head, but my mouth won't do it. Sorry, Siobhan. Just 3D models, it's faded to brown. Yeah. It's old. I went to high school in the 80s, so yeah. Oh, Corvo's mask from Dishonored. Yes. Who was saying that? That was Prompter was suggesting Corvo's mask from Dishonored, which is a cool mask. That was one that Vinny made on DIY Prop Shop, the other DIY channel I was on. It's a very cool looking mask. People asking for the new Captain America wings. Odin, will you ever make the new Winter Soldier's arm? Ever's a great word. Yes. Because
Eventually.
ever is a super long time, and that's a low commitment answer. I just need to figure out how to make the elbow work better than what I've seen and what looks to me like I will get. Basically, right now, if I was to make the arm, I could make a really good-looking upper arm. I could probably have the upper shoulder be separate from the bicep, so you get a little bit of extra movement there. But when it comes to the actual elbow, my only real option is paint spandex, and that doesn't excite me, so I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Odin. I got Carrie Serino. Hey, Odin, it's Carrie from Play Incorporated. Hi, Carrie. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to a coworker from '99. Remember when Play TV was doing this daily? In '98, '99. I'm doing it again. Awesome. I still talk to a couple of people from Play. Yeah. Saw Steve not too long ago. If you remember Steve Lippman from trade show and events as well. I've got Daft Punk helmets as a request. I've looked at Daft Punk helmets, haven't done it. You haven't noticed. Oh, it just popped up again. Someone's suggesting about making a channel on the inside of the helmet for the cord. The channel would be okay, but there's a little too much drag, is what it is. Any channel running it inside of a tube, running it inside of a straw, stuff that reduces friction still creates a bit of a drag. So I'm thinking about just putting a pulley so it moves with the cord while the cord's moving. And I think that'll be good. I just need to get over to the hardware store and either buy screen door parts or if I can get a small enough pulley for like a clothesline or something. That's all I need.
Like, yes, you can make it work if you were going to a con tomorrow.
Oh, I could totally make it work if I was going to a con tomorrow. But I'm not. I'm not going to be going
You have a chance to go and get the right thing you need.
Yeah, exactly. And I really should.
Figure I cut off a piece so you can get it. That going.
Yes, I will. And we're still not using additional material if necessary, because it is not necessary.
Well,
right?
we don't know yet.
Okay.
We did go down 20%. I'd like to have the wiggle
All right,
before we chop it off.
we will keep it.
Because now I'm,
Now you're like, all right, we got to try again.
Yeah. Don't want to print it out a third time, do you?
Not really, because this is compelling TV.
Yes, paper.
We could have a art auction with long, loving shots of my dinosaur art.
There you go.
And this is a fine piece of work. It's tempera paint on, looks like craft paper. You can see here the artist put a lot of effort into getting those really dark lines around the yellow dinosaur. This is very much a scientific specimen. This is something that you could easily hang in a museum and use as a textbook example of a long-necked dinosaur. This fully fits Anne Elk's theory on dinosaurs, which for those of you from Monty Python might remember that Anne Elk was explaining to us that her theory was that dinosaurs are very, very thin at one end, they get very, very, very thick in the middle, and then they get very, very thin at the other end. And yeah, I think that yellow picture nailed that one perfectly. I am allowed to quote Monty Python records, right? That wasn't even into the shows. I'm pretty sure that was some of the record stuff. Because the Pythons continued to make comedy, but it was all put out, tapes and records and stuff there for a while before they got around to making movies again.
I don't know, because it's audio, huh?
It's audio, yeah.
But you're making your own audio, and you said those. Because I think, can't you put quotes on T-shirts, but you can't directly. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about making a T-shirt using
No,
Python
I know.
quotes,
I'm just
but
saying.
yeah.
There's
No, you totally can. I think.
What's the rules?
What's the
Come on,
rules?
algorithm. Yeah.
Actually, something I should look at is I think I saw that my mom sent me a text that told her I was opening this stuff up today. Alrighty.
I have to turn on this paper.
So these are two different pieces. I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and this is the bottom to the one you're working on.
There we go.
Okay, Christopher Silva is asking, hello, what printing software do you use to print those patterns? With the, let's go ahead and bring the patterns up again. So we'll go over to this, and we will do that. So Christopher Silva, what printing software do you use to print those patterns? With the Canon printer software that they have, it won't let them print to the edge, as you see what's going on here. I've got an old Dell printer. It's an old Dell toner printer that lets me print all the way out to the edge like this. And as far as software, I'm just using Acrobat Reader. So it's Adobe Acrobat Reader, which is free. And one of the things that Adobe Acrobat does that I like a lot is this poster format. So when you go to print and you hit the print button, you get the print dialog box pops up, right? So in Acrobat, there's then three big gray buttons right in the middle. And the middle one says poster. And what it does is it takes oversized images like this one and then splits them up onto multiple sheets of paper so it can still print them out at 100%. In this particular case, we scaled it down by 20%. So this is 80% size, and it made it fit 9 pieces of paper instead of the 15 that the 100% took. And that's just all done within the software. So I'm using Adobe Acrobat Reader, and I'm using a Dell printer from 15 years ago.
I hope that helps.
I hope that helps. I think the big one is Acrobat.
Yeah.
Go back. How come I can't? There it is. All right. Well, Mom just sent me a meme. My kids wanted to know what it was like for me growing up. So I took away their phones, shut off the internet, gave them a popsicle, and told them to go outside until the streetlights came on. Not far off.
Hey, at least you got a popsicle.
Yeah, at least you got a popsicle.
Okay. It's all taped together, and I'm going to cut it up.
But yeah, I routinely, since there was no internet, I would routinely go to the just go to the library. There's 2 or 3 different libraries around that I would just. I enjoyed playing with the microfiche machine, looking up stuff I didn't care about, you know, and just the newspaper racks, and I was looking up all sorts of weird stuff. Just there was no internet. You had to go to the library and look it up all the hard copy.
To the observatory. Simpsons quote.
Oh, okay.
Or to the library.
To the library. Quick, we'll look in the encyclopedia again. Why? Because, well, we can. Today we're going to look up capuchin monkeys.
Surprised wizards didn't have the internet. Hermione's always going to the library.
Right. Starius is saying, someone from YouTube chat wondered if Odin was a Gwar fan. So I've gathered the proof from my archives. So let's go through here and save image.
You guys are gonna see.
Yes. And who was the person? I'm glad it was Carrie, that's it. Carrie was talking about it. So here's pictures with two people from play as well. I'll be bringing these in, I hope, in just a minute. Save, there we are. Now I need to go over here to media. I need to I can go to local disk, and I can go to, I guess I need to go downloads.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna need those Witcher pictures anymore.
No, probably not.
That was a fun build.
There we are.
Oh, and if you want the Witcher armor, it's going to be for sale.
Yes, we need to do that.
It's going to be auctioned off.
They'll be auctioned off. So here is me in my Gwar outfit at the Black Point Renaissance Fair. This used to be the Northern Fair Renaissance Fair for California. It took place close to San Francisco. I'm the one with the bear trap for the head, tallest in the middle. The guy in the foreground is Carl Miller. He's the lead singer for Star Trek band Warp 11. And then to the left of the picture there is Onerus Orungus. That fellow's name is Sloan. He was the other main guy that did all these Gwar costumes. And then on the right-hand side, the kind of Trojan warrior-ish, sort of Roman-ish, sort of Citadel miniature come-to-life character. That's Beefcake, the Mighty. And that's actually Sloan's wife. So that's the 3 of us going to the Renaissance Fair in, I don't know, whenever that happened. And then a few years later, I was on Kiki at Midnight wearing more of the Gwar stuff. So this is Kiki from Play, and she's got on Slomenstra's top, and she's got on Techno Destructo's codpiece, and then just other random arm parts I'm not identifying from here. And I've got on Techno's arm. And a lot of these parts are costume pieces that I had made back in the 90s as part of this group, because we ended up with 5 or 6 people, with dogs barking, 5 or 6 people putting on these Gwar costumes. And we just went to a Halloween contest, because we didn't really have the cons so much at the time. There were Star Trek cons, and there were X-Files conventions, and there were Beauty and the Beast conventions, but there weren't the really big, conventions that were happening. So this is, couple of great old pictures from a long time ago. Thank you, Starius, for being the curator of the Odin Makes archive, apparently. On. There. Oh, why did you resize again? Man, this thing's a finicky piece of technology.
What resized?
The picture-in-picture keeps getting to like this micro size.
Oh. Click, click, click.
Yeah. And, I keep setting it thinking that it's going to stay. I don't want to reset anything. I want this to stay. Mask, shadow, border. All right. too much on that because it's not going to stick around until the next time I touch the button, apparently. Where did Discord go? There it is. Alrighty. Mario Schumacher's got a great question. What is Guar? This is a very, very fair question. Guar was a basically heavy metal punk group from the 90s. And they did a huge costume presence on stage. So you've probably heard of Kiss. And maybe you've heard of the Muppets. But if you were to mix up Kiss and the Muppets with a good healthy dose of Citadel miniatures, you end up with Guar, with oversized heads, oversized hands, oversized feet. They call themselves the scum dogs of the universe. They are this horrendous group of intergalactic thugs that end up getting banished to Earth and frozen in Antarctica. And once they thawed out, they decided that they would play music, because that makes sense. And their whole thing is kill humanity, and they want to get off this horrible rock. And so one of the big things they would do on stage is they would have puppet victims come out. They were obvious. This wasn't like horror movie level stuff. This was, you could tell what was going to happen. But somebody would come out with this big foam head well above their head, and the lead singer mid-song would turn around with a big sword and just cut his head off. And then that was hooked up to a pump backstage, so then the beheaded person would bend over and just spray fake blood all over the crowd. It was salt water with food coloring. But it was, gallons of this stuff, and that was the whole show. And then they would bring out some large monster the whole band would have to fight, because as the songs progressed, like a story would kind of happen, and in the end you would get, Tiny, who was this giant, he's not giant, but he was like this large monster. And as the doctor who created Tiny said, I took 2 humans and smashed them together into a monster that's got the superhuman strength of 2 men. And and so Guar would cut him in half and cut him up, and parts would spray, and then other times they would get, mechs from Intergalactic. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of rude humor. For a foam fan, it was a lot of fun. And got to meet the guys once, and I've never been to Slave Pit because they're out of Virginia and I'm in California. But when they came around on tours, there was one time, because of our costumes, we got to meet them backstage at the Warfield in San Francisco. So that was really cool. Big Bob's Props? No, we haven't had a train today. It's not that you've gone deaf, and
This would be a good day to actually do your video.
Yeah, it would be a great day. And here I forgot that I had that one active, so we went black. There it is. There's outside with the rain. No train. Still waiting for it. I'm all set, ready to go. In fact, I think the camera's recording in case something went by. There have been no trains today at all. So, all right. Just waiting. Got it set up. We got half an hour. We have a train. It's been 2.5 hours, longer actually, because I came down and started getting set up. So it's been almost 4 hours. No trains.
Okay, I think this is going to be the right size.
Oh, cool. Maker JP says, I've seen Guar about 2001. Yeah, a lot of fun. Really, really good stage show because it's just absurd.
So I think all we have to do is chop off with the extra.
Okay, so we're going to chop off the additional material if necessary?
Yeah.
All right.
Because this is 20% smaller than his original.
Right.
And it works.
There's that. Ad Vixen came on to the super chat saying, oh geez, I'm late. What did I miss? Did Sansa Stark die? She died, didn't she? Oh man, this is what I get for missing an episode. Curse you, shopping needs. What you missed out on is 2.5 hours of cutting out the same pattern in multiple sizes. It's been compelling. I opened up some elementary school art and shared it with everybody. And then Starius, which you can actually see in Discord at Vixen, brought out some pictures of me wearing Guar costumes from 2000. So
It's been a party.
it's been a party.
Yes. And I think we finally have the right size.
Which is cool.
So, yay, just printing it out.
Right. Hey, a ream of paper is less than a roll of foam, so.
Yes. So quiet when we're actually crafting.
Right. And Sunday is so quiet. I swear, like, the traffic noise is busier on Mondays.
Yes, it definitely is. Especially since you're by a Costco at lunchtime.
Right. So as we cut out the patterns, I've said this a few times, but for those of you who weren't here earlier, it's in the description as well. The pattern we're working on is the DragonballZ armor as developed by Steve from SKS Props. The pattern is free. You can just go to sksprops.com if you want to get a copy of your own pattern. This one we've scaled down to 20% of his size, so it'll actually fit Joe. And over at SKS Props on YouTube, he's got 2 really good, well-done videos about how to put this together and how to paint it in a anime cell shade style. So with a lot of battle damage. So what we want to do is put it together and then do the cell shade painting on it, but not do the battle damage.
Yep, no battle damage.
No battle damage. Let everyone be clean.
So this was the full size. This was 15%, and then we down to 20.
Sure. Do you want to? We can.
Oh, here, I'll bring it into the camera.
We'll cut that.
Pattern pieces.
Pattern pieces. These are all our 20% pattern pieces.
This was the full size pattern. This was 15% smaller. And then this was 20% smaller than the original.
Than the original, right? So
this is what we ended up with.
So we're looking at 120 millimeters to 100 millimeters to 94 millimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Third's the charm.
Third's the charm.
And I'm glad we at least
Right.
figured it out, because it's a lot more work in the foam phase.
It is, especially if you're having to undo glued seams.
Yeah, and
This is
you
a-
think it's easier to just trim something down from a larger pattern, but it's not. It really
No,
isn't.
it's really
One of the
not.
first dresses I ever attempted making from a pattern, my measurements said that I should have been a size 10, but it didn't seem right. It seemed too big.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too big. It was very much too big, but I couldn't take it in because the neckline was out to here, and I couldn't take the neckline in.
Right.
And the shoulder seams in, and it just
Right.
didn't scale down at all, and so I had to end up scrapping it and starting over. But I got that dress finished before I accepted my loss.
I remember trying to scale up a Star Trek uniform out of the old technical manual, and I just blew it up equally. Of course, it fit horribly because I didn't do it right at all.
Yep.
Yep.
Because people are all sorts of different shapes, which
Uh-huh.
I think they measured like 2,000 people, and they're like, no, there's no standard. There just
Right.
is no standard. But
I was just reading about that. The Air Force doing that, trying to get a standardized seat. Nope.
nope, there's not a standard. But
Nope.
people's bones are generally the same size in
Right.
weird ways. Like there's a rough, like shoulder to shoulders are about here. Like there's wiggle room. So large, small, medium, it all kind of works out in the ish area. That's why nothing fits anybody correctly.
What is it? Look, Desad 6. Lock Desad 6 with a super chat. Thank you, Lock. I'm currently watching you live on the big screen. Only other way I could imagine doing so would have been on KVIE. So, Locke, are you in Sacramento? Hello! Was I ever on camera on KVIE? I don't think so. Like super briefly once when the camera panned past me during a pledge break, but I don't think I was ever actually
On camera?
on camera. Yeah, no, I was always just I was the editor. I believe just the editor. It would be an appropriate way of putting that, as well as sometimes camera. But yeah. Hello, Locke. Cool. We're big. Oh look.
We have more?
We have more. Yep, Starius is sharing more pictures from the player era. I'll go ahead and save this picture as well. So I'll bring this up. I had mentioned Warp 11. So this was Carl Miller from Warp 11. Warp 11 is Sacramento's premier Star Trek band. They sing about all things Star Trek. It's sex, drugs, and Star Trek. Very much a parody style band. One of the songs is called Red Alert because they're out of beer. So the ship goes to red alert and off they go.
Odin, should we trace this onto cardboard?
No, we can go straight in the foam with this.
We can?
Yeah, we can. Do you want to go onto cardboard with this? Okay.
Not if we don't have to.
Not if we don't have to.
Okay. That way I don't have to go find it.
Yeah, no, it's behind us, but no, we don't.
Oh.
We don't.
I see it. Okay.
There's no need.
No need. Yeah, these pattern pieces are pretty simple and straightforward. So
here's a picture of Warp 11 in the Enterprise set that I built. So this was there's a little more to the set here because in the background you can just see a little bit of Scotty's section and a little bit of Uhura's station. But there was 2 more stations, or actually 2.5 stations more on either side. So you still had Spock's. But you'll notice that it's not the captain's chair; it's the captain's couch. Part of the story of the show is you got the 2 guys there. Carl is the captain, wearing and then you've got Jeff Hewitt, who's the medical officer. They were also one of the daily shows called 2 Guys and a Couch, and the Prime Directive was a video Star Trek parody that spun off from 2 Guys and a Couch. So the captain's chair became the captain's couch for the 2 guys. And Warp 11, the band, came out of that. They decided that writing songs about Star Trek and writing a theme song would be a great way to fill up half an hour. So yeah, we got Kiki's lying across them, and in the back is Brian Moore, who was the guitarist for Warp 11. He was only ever part of Warp 11. But the turbo lift doors worked. They were hooked up with a clothesline and screen door pulleys, like I talked about earlier. So you could just pull the line on one side, and the 2 doors would open up like a turbo lift is supposed to. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
How'd you light up the background?
The back pieces are lit up by their transparencies with. Does it have gels? No, I think those are just strictly printed onto like overhead projector transparencies, and it's a cutout with a fluorescent light behind them to make them light up. And I think we put gels in the fluorescent light. That's why they're overall amber.
Yeah.
Because they're lit with but there's also buttons. You can almost see it like on a Uhura station there by Kiki's foot.
I feel like buttons really make it feel realistic.
The buttons were vacuum formed. We put a bunch of pieces of wood and other things down onto anyway, and vacuum formed clear plastic over it, and then painted the lowest point. You turn it over, and then you paint the lowest point black, and then you paint all your buttons your different colors, and then they're backlit with fluorescent lights.
Nice, but you have to do an even paint job, and you can't use a paintbrush.
Right, we use a roller paint and house paint to really black it out, and you still ended up with a little bit of a fade of color going from the black to the buttons, but it didn't matter because it just kind of looked like shadows.
It's background, yeah.
Yeah, it's background.
Yeah, but those little attention to details.
Right.
The first project I did here at this building before John took over was for, I think, Ryan's Toy Review. Like, it was
okay. Right.
a pilot episode for back. Anyways, they had a whole cardboard set, and it was all lit up like a bridge.
Oh, okay.
And they used little LED lights, just little Christmas lights, all through the background and just poked through the cardboard.
Right.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. The twinkle lights, just all of a sudden, we're alive.
We're alive. Yes.
It's a computer. Computing.
Yeah. Computing, obviously, because flashing light means computing.
It's thinking.
Yeah, must be.
Right? But, good times. The little details.
The little details. So, yes. So, thank you, Starius. This was... the picture was taken from Warp 11's feature in Wirehead magazine. Still have that issue. Still have that magazine, issue 3, September, October 2002. Kaiju Ramen magazine. It should be coming out here soon. I've had Keith, the guy in charge of the magazine, apologize that he's had delays, but my issue of Kaiju Ramen is coming out soon. But Wirehead magazine's, I barely remember that publication. That's cool.
I'm going to transfer all my marks that I had written on the original big one over to this one.
That's probably wise.
Gives a lot of indicators, but I want my center front.
Connor, I have not answered your thing about samurai armor for doing Winter Soldier's arm. I'd have to look at samurai armor. I can't picture it well enough because I've always centered on the chest and the shoulder pads of samurai armor, so I don't remember how the arm is done. Hello, Jalen McBride. And Christensen Media is saying, tell the story and how he listed that Star Trek set on eBay. So, all of a sudden going back to the Star Trek set. Hey, more Star Trek set. When Play went out of business, I was able to smuggle. No, they knew darn well I was taking it. I was able to take the set. And I stuck it into storage, and then it also lived in a barn for a couple of years. Ultimately, the guy who's running the building now, he had a space, and we set the set up within his space, and they actually shot a music video in there using it. But time went on, and stuff wasn't getting used, and the set was taking up space, so we listed it on eBay. And it ran for a while, and it had a good reserve and on it, and ended up getting one fairly low bid. And John took it. Sure, why not? It turned out the bid came from the Travis Air Force Base Museum. It was a guy who was actually in charge of setting up displays within the Travis Air Force Base. And so...
I have an exhibit.
Yeah, I have. Star Trek was an important part of aerospace. That it brought space. The space race was happening when Star Trek was out, but there were things with Star Trek that actually helped inspire the military. Apparently, the Navy had set up at least one experimental ship using a Star Trek style bridge within the ship.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that didn't last, but I think there's elements of it being more open. With everyone kind of up there still kind of exists.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Open concept bridges.
Yeah. Open concept bridges. It was good for the show because you got the whole cast in one spot, but
does it work practically
practically.
Water?
And it kind of did. It just took up too much space. Which is my big complaint with the current Star Trek turbo lift. What the hell is with all the open space? The turbo lift's just flying through giant open ship. Why would you build that? Anyway.
Because they had the budget. No.
Because it's digital. They can do whatever they want. It's
Which
my
side
only
is the side seam?
dumb complaint. This is the side seam.
This is side back?
That's the side back.
This is
goes
side
to
front?
panel A, and this is side front.
All right, let me make side front
So
and side back. Because this little point needs to point the right way.
Oh, it does, for sure, yeah.
So I need to make sure I have all my reference points.
So it was fun that once the set was purchased, we then had to drive it down to Fairfield, and this was post 9/11, right? So it became this slight thing to get permission to go onto the base as a civilian, but thankfully the museum guy was there, so that wasn't a big deal. And then I got to rebuild the set one last time in the museum, and I went down additionally after the fact and cut the chair down, cut the couch down, so it's back to just being a captain's chair. So, to my knowledge, it's still there. I don't know. I haven't talked to...
I haven't seen the museum.
I haven't seen the museum in a decade or more, and I haven't talked to the guy in a long time, but yeah, he was...
Train!
Train! Thank you.
We have a train!
We have a train!
Do we have a train cam?
I'm cutting over to it. It's got to wait for stuff to catch up because...
Space.
Yeah, there it is. That takes a long time. Train, finally!
Look, it. They have
Look.
some lumber traveling in the rain. Hopefully it's pressurized.
Hopefully it's pressurized. But the, thank you, I totally was missing that.
I know, you're zoning out
I'm
the
zoning
train.
out the
Normally,
train.
I'm the one who doesn't even notice there's a train.
And someone's posted a train gif on Discord. So, yeah. Just going to go, why are you reverting back to tiny? You ugly little thing! Why do you do that? Anyway, little tiny
living space.
Yeah, little tiny living space. Giant ego on YouTube. Little tiny living space. Yeah, as far as I know, it's still there, which is pretty cool. There was, yeah, aerospace, right.
It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum, and it went, which was really cool.
So, I think this is the right size. I think it looks about right now that we have it all printed out and kind of lined up.
Wow, I can't believe it. This doesn't stay. Why doesn't this stay?
Because that would be easy, and you'd have to like...
That doesn't make any sense at all. That isn't user-friendly at all.
Did you figure it out?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
There is a button called save. So we'll see if that does it. But
Yeah, no, this looks about the right size.
okay.
I'm happy with this. The other one just seemed a little like I was going to trim off way too much.
Right? Yeah.
And this one, I think we can just follow his pattern exactly without having to alter.
Excellent.
So, yay for not altering.
Yay for not altering, definitely. Oh yeah, okay.
Because he has
It just
that one,
moved. Right, that makes sense.
and that's why it's over there.
Yeah, well, it needed the tuck-in form. But
So we got to cut all the big pieces out of...
we can cut all the big pieces out of 6mm foam, and then all of these
ribs.
we'll just cut out of 4mm. In fact, if we wanted to, we could probably cut both parts of this out of 4, so it ends up only being 8. So it doesn't become 10 and bulking up more in the middle, right? I mean, it's armor, but it's only 2mm difference.
I know, but the 2mm makes a difference.
Yeah.
Enough to mess up your, But yes, we could do it. I'm okay with either size.
Well, the patterns he made was, well, it was for 10mm
It was
foam.
20% bigger.
Yeah, it was also 20% bigger.
So we've reduced it 20%, so we're using slightly smaller foam too.
Right.
So we'll see how this goes live.
We'll see how this goes. Live next week. So next week's going to be all about cutting foam.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we going to use power tools or trying to do it nicely?
I was going to do it, just try and do it nicely.
Yeah.
We can use power tools if you want, but
I don't think it needs
I don't
it.
think we need it. No.
I really don't think it does. We're not even using it.
No, I mean, I've got, like the cause tools will be great for all these long strips because, let's just go. So there's all the long strips in the middle. So this is the stomach plate, but each of these larger lines are going to be a 4mm strip laid on top of the overall shape that'll be made of 6mm. And cutting these out with a straight edge is not going to be hard. And I've got that rail system thing that I got 2 of them too, so you can use one as well. Be real easy to get those cut out and keep them all straight and neat.
Okay. Yay.
Hooray! A train finally showed up.
Before we had to start our long goodbye.
Before we had to start a long goodbye. It's getting close to 2 o'clock. So definitely thank you all very much for sticking around with us for the entire live stream, for the excitement of putting together the same pattern 3 times, but yet each one a tiny bit smaller. Yeah.
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 That's what crafting is.
That's what crafting is.
Figuring these things out.
Getting stuff to fit.
Yeah.
Let's go see if there's
Lots of cutting and taping and cutting and taping.
Did you change the camera angle or did someone knock the portal gun? It looks crooked from other videos.
Oh, it's not the exact same angle from other videos because it's raining outside and you didn't want your equipment getting wet.
Right. Oh, okay. Is that what is the
Yeah.
train? The train angle is different.
They noticed.
Yeah.
You switched up the angle.
Okay. Yes, I did. And I switched. Yeah, exactly. I switched up the angle because there was a threat of rain, so I got this camera on the inside of the hole instead of outside of the hole.
Thanks for noticing, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for noticing.
But yes, there's a technical reason for that.
Oh, all right. Christensen Media's reminding me that the bids actually got up to $10,000, but then the guy had realized who was bidding on it that he couldn't fit it in his apartment in New York. It's like, you didn't think about that beforehand?
I think he just got excited.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you have $10,000 to throw at a
Right. It was the early days of eBay and the internet.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of auctions,
Yeah?
your friend Ben Eady is having an auction.
Speaking of auctions, thank you for reminding me. Starting this Tuesday, actually.
So it's coming up.
It's coming up like real quick, and I forgot to bring the product down. Ben Eady isn't quite having an auction. So who's Ben Eady? The project we just finished, the Witcher armor, used foam chainmail. Ben Eady is the name of the fellow that designed the interconnecting foam pieces to create this foam chainmail. Well, he's making scale mail, but he's starting up a Kickstarter to get the tools needed so you can actually produce it at a size that he could sell it and fulfill orders. Because right now it's just laser cut. It takes for laser cutting is quick. In manufacturing sense, it takes forever to make an order of scale mail with a laser cutter. So he's trying to get pieces made up so he can actually...
He's trying to up his manufacturing.
Literally crank them out. So that Kickstarter is going to go live, I think, Tuesday. I think he's got a soft start tomorrow. I got to get some pictures to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sending him 2 props. So this is going to be the first time ever you're going to get a chance to purchase an Odin Makes prop. And we're sending out 2 things. One, the Witcher armor that we made, because it's got his chainmail in it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I finally decided to send out is the Lena Clarician helmet from the Skiff Guard helmet from Return of the Jedi.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually like that helmet a lot.
That's a really cool helmet.
But it was what do I want to let go of that is actually neat, and that I don't have something else planned to go with it immediately. So
That one's awesome.
it's very much a size extra large, but this particular helmet I'm going to be packing up this week, as well as the full armor for the Witcher, and we're going to be sending this off to Ben Eady. So you'll get a chance to purchase this particular helmet. It all has to do with however he's setting up his Kickstarter. I don't know if it's an auction. I don't know if it's stretch goal. I don't know. But Much Props, another YouTube channel, has also sent him a couple of things. There's a really good-looking Viking helmet that's using the scale mail on the back of the helmet. So you'll get a chance to buy some props from Much Props. You get a chance to buy some stuff from me. And overall, you'll get a chance to help support Ben's endeavor to making scale mail, which it's the chain mail, but with scales attached. So it's scale mail. The stuff looks great.
Yeah.
And then the super secret, we can't talk about it, tougher chainmail stuff, that's next. Everything got derailed like everyone did in 2020.
Right.
So all that is definitely coming up.
When the super secret stuff comes out, I feel like then I want to try making a whole shirt.
Right. So the super secret stuff it's the same chainmail, but he had found a better quality, denser foam to actually make it out of. But he wanted to get the scale mail done first because they had publicly talked about it when the pandemic started. He almost started a Kickstarter this time last year, but called it off because reasons, right?
Unprecedented times.
Unprecedented times. So here he is again, gonna get it going again, and then he'll do the other one.
Yay! So.
Yep. So,
always asking for when you can get a prop of Odin's. This is one of those rare opportunities, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew about it.
So thank you. And this is one that's made from multiple pieces. We've got What the Foam for the outer shell. We've got HD foam, which is what we're going to be using here for
And
the top
then you
part.
have the soft foam with the latex.
And we got
for the
soft foam
skin.
with latex for the skin here in the front. Yeah, it's got a little bit of wire that's poking out to help keep the front shape. And I believe I have a little baggie with some extra teeth that'll
Just in case.
send along because one's already
Oh.
been nicked. But that's props. That happens. So yeah, this has only ever made one public appearance, and this could be yours. So how do you find this out? It's thefoamarmory.com is the website. The Foam Armory should be the person who's putting on. I'm pretty sure it's literally a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter, and so all that is going to be coming up here. Yeah, Tuesday I think it goes live.
Yay! So Good times. Medieval Batman with scale mail caps, perhaps.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, doesn't Robin have scale mail?
Robin effectively has scale mail, so does Captain America.
Yeah.
They both have that kind of a, in the comics, they both have that kind of a look. Yeah.
Aquaman too.
Aquaman does as well.
Yeah.
But the comic versions are all way more form-fitting than the scale mail shirts that we could do with the chainmail scale mail, I think would be. Yeah, they might be fine.
I don't know. If we get the thicker material, it is a stretch. It does have wiggle room. I
does.
wouldn't put it past it. I'm not sure if it's there yet.
I do have a little bit of this stuff upstairs. I got to remember to bring it downstairs so we can play with it next week.
There you go.
The scale mail.
There you go.
Jose Dominguez. Hey! Starius is saying, I totally have a barn here in Iowa where I could have used to store that set, but a museum is a very good home. And bonus, not as many raccoons sneaking in the consoles. Probably not. But the set did live in a barn in West Sac for about a year.
So it may have had a few raccoons.
Yep, may have had a few raccoons. Phone guy is saying, I gotta go, good luck. It's all good, phone guy. It is, if you're still here. It's 2:05. It is absolutely time for us to wrap up.
To start our long goodbye.
To start our long goodbyes.
Avita say goodbye. I don't know that song, but
Good enough.
yes. Toby's fine. Bruno's
Toby's
whining.
fine.
He's like, let's get out
I'm
of here.
done!
Yes.
Right.
But we got the paper pattern. That was a little more tedious than I thought, but
There's a lot of talking.
yeah. But we figured it out. We have the measurements to base it off of. I think this is going to fit nicely.
I think so.
And I don't think it's going to take too much.
No.
No.
No. There's going to be. I really hope we can get Joe to come in and help paint this. I think that would be fun.
Oh, he's the one who got excited when I said we're going to make it. He's like, can we make it my size?
You're right.
And so, as somebody who does a lot of your painting, I can see him going, no, let me do that.
Yep.
So, we'll give him the opportunity, and if he doesn't, we're going to paint it.
We're going to paint it, and then you'll
And
get
he'll
what
just
you
have
get.
to like it.
It's paisley!
Oops.
Alrighty.
Bruno, you
Bruno.
ready?
Bruno, you are a needy little dude.
High five. High five. There you go. High five.
So thank you all very much. We'll be back again this exact same time next week. So for us, it's noon to 2. Please adjust to wherever you are. We're Pacific time. If you're part of my Patreon and have access to the private Discord server, then we'll actually start rolling about an hour early. We haven't quite hit the exact 11 o'clock, but it's been pretty close.
But you guys get to watch us set up.
Yeah, you get to watch us set
Not
up.
the most exciting thing in the world, but we
No.
try.
Yeah, because I can't leave the camera sticking out the window all week. Because it's not even a window; it's just an open hole.
It's a plug.
It's a plug. Yeah, it's a plug. So be back setting all this up anyway. So the patrons get access to all that early, as well as just general. It's a little active place to be. You know,
Yeah, it's a nice little community. People asking questions, showing things that they're making, and talking about.
And this last week we had a
Silly
live
stuff going
chat
on.
that I was also part of, just build chat. So that was another 2 hours of just unscripted video talking with everyone. So that's all available through the Discord. And to get on the Discord, go check out Odin Makes patreon.com/Odin Makes. But definitely thank you guys for hanging out with us again all day here Sunday. And if you can, we'll see you again next week.
Right?
Yeah. Good night. Lazarus Garcia, thank you. You're one of the coolest prop makers I know. Just 3D models, Bruno Bot! And apparently Ad Vixen's going to steal the Declaration of Independence. And we also have Harry Potter waving goodbye from a train. That seems appropriate.
Yes. To the library.
To the library.